games begin. High scores climbing, reaching new heights. Epic battles, magical sights. Through the levels we unlock dreams. In this universe we reign supreme. Let the games do the talking now. Press the start button, take a bow. In this realm we're all the king. Ready, set, let the games begin. High scores climbing, reaching new heights. Epic battles, magical sights. Through the levels we unlock dreams. In this universe we reign supreme. Let the games do the talking now. Press the start button, take a bow. In this realm we're all the king. Ready, set, let the games begin.
He stops in, name tag crooked, snack dust stuck to his jaw. Control the throne like he owns the place as he stinks up every hall. Leaves a trail like a bad idea, you can smell it round the bend. Every game case flinches when his trash finger comes to tap again. The booty falls upwards, crashing through the lobby tiles. Everything he touches glitches out and freezes wild. Xbox waits when he logs on. Whole save files try to crawl away. The booty falls upwards and ruins every game. Every game! Brown streak signature on the loading screen smears his name across the wall. Laughs too loud at his own high score while the frames per second fall. We hold our breath like a stealth mission, tiptoe past his cloudy chair. But he scrolls through menus like a curse, leaving lag in the air. The booty falls upwards, crashing through the lobby tiles. Everything he touches glitches out and freezes wild. Xbox waits when he logs on. Whole save file try to crawl away. The booty falls upwards and ruins every game. Every game. Every game.
What is Lulu? I've been scrolling, raging my room, thumb still swollen. She left with big booty Bobby, laughing in the back of that lobby. I'm here, Phil Spencer on the TV, trying to buy the world just to grieve me. Said activist, who? I'm confused. Whole timeline turned into news. I just wanted one clean lobby. Now my friends all left with Bobby. Where is Lulu? Where is Lulu? Where is Lulu? Logged in, she gone too. Left me with this broken cue and a Call of Duty that don't feel new. Where is Lulu? Party chat, just one dude. Game Pass, same bad mood. Done with trash, finger up and through. Phil in a suit, still begging on screen. Cut scenes louder than my whole team. Patch nose longer than my degree, but they never fix what I need. Loot box love, she chasing the skin. I'm stuck here chasing the wind. She said touch grass and she did. Now my Katie and my heart both slip.
Tom on a cheap live stream, pointing fingers like a game machine. 10 long years, same lame story, changing names, scraping glory. Blame the woman in the headline frame, cover tracks, rearrange the shame. Old bad takes in a brand new coat, same cold hands on a different throat. You gave her your ghost, now you call them her sins. You miss every shot, then you rig the wind. 10-year echo, but you twist that sound. Dirty Tom Warren just dragging her down. Hey! Every quote like a loaded die, half a fact and a full-on lie. Console or kids chant your feed, salt in the wound is the only creed. Could've owned what you said back then, but you'd rather set a fire again. Throw her name in the sparks you light, walk away like you're somehow right. You gave her your ghost, now you call them her sins. You miss every shot, then you rig the wind. 10-year echo, but you twist that sound. Dirty Tom Warren just dragging her down. Dragging her down. Say her name, then duck and run. Turn the blame into your fun. History's written in your own ink, but you smear her face every time you sink. You gave her your ghost, now you call them her sins. You miss every shot, then you rig the wind. 10-year echo, but you twist that sound. Dirty Tom Warren just dragging her down. Dragging her down. Dragging her down.
All right, grinders.
Dragging her down.
How's everybody doing? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gaming Grindhouse, episode 230. Ow! Man, it is crazy. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am a bit under the weather, and I was debating about doing the show today. Man, I had a stomach bug over the weekend, and I'm just getting over it today. Oh, it was a rough night last night, man, and it's just been, not doing too hot, but I'm putting my stuff together, man, and we're going to cook tonight. So I'm giving all my energy here, and we're going to get through the show because the Gaming Grindhouse must go on. The show must go on. And we got some, and those things I wanted to talk about too at the end of last week that I was unable to do. I did a stream instead, played Marathon, which I'll give my impressions on too. And definitely I played some Resident Evil before I got, before I got the bug. But man, hope everybody's healthy and out there. And just have some fun here at the Gaming Grindhouse. We got some topics to talk about. So hit that like button, share it out. We see we already got one member to our goal right now. I'm going to be streaming Resident Evil. We hit our goal for the chats. D with the 10. He goes, I didn't get much time at Marathon, but it needs some PvE progression for me to stay hooked. I'm going to talk about some Marathon. I got a lot to talk about on it for my impressions of it, and also the reception of it. But thank you so much, D, to get us kicked off and getting ready us going to the Resident Evil 9 stream that I'll be doing this week. We hit our goal. Plus we got some VIPs cooking over there. I will still tweet at Asha AI, but I guess it's her now, and I'll ask her to bring back FanFest because we'll talk about Asha. We'll talk about her, man. But man, it's wild. What's up? Forbidden, Resident Evil 9's fire. Hero Jackson, he does feel better, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Nemos in the house. He go, Resident Evil gave me the virus. Yeah, I got the T virus or the S virus. Not the Series S virus. Well, maybe. It was thrown up. Yeah, so maybe the Series S virus. Yo, man. What's up, Albert Gouchard, Wolfenstein? How you doing? Zap Mondo in the house. He goes, Lulu, the unknown. Lulu left Boo Boo. Yo, Lulu, Scum will be exclusively, man, we'll talk about exclusives. Yo, it brought out, it flipped over the cuckoo's nest, man. Kazakira, what's up? Yes, Asha had no clue what you got herself into. No, Asha doesn't know. Asha doesn't know. Asha doesn't know. She don't know. What's up, Scum? Everyone having fun playing Marathon? The free, no intentions to buy it. All right, there you go. And what's this? Somebody said something about awesome music. But yes, you get all the music grinders, VIPs, and Ultimate Grinders that you heard earlier. Gaming Grindhouse exclusive music. But let's get kicking off right now in Marathon. Let's talk about the games. Let the games do the talking. So over the weekend, if you missed it, I was playing the marathon. First, I played it right. First, I booted it up, and when I booted it up, man, I did a couple of runs. Oh, I did my first run, and it was. Yeah, it was not too hot, man. I did not. I uploaded it because I didn't know. I basically just followed some people around. I didn't. There was no enemies, nothing going on, and I extracted. What's up, Lucci? How you doing, man? So and extracted, and I was just like, I gotta upload this. This is my first run. I was not feeling it. I was like, what the hell? What's going on here? What's going on? It's boring as hell. Now apparently. Later on in the day, they did an update, and they added some more interactions. They added more. They made it more aggressive, with the enemy drops and things like that. But my first one, and you could see it here. I say let the games do the talking. I got my video right here. This was my first run here. And again, there's definitely a learning curve to Marathon, but it needs to be fun, right? Watch my head here. What's going on here? See, D said it took him 2 days to realize that the weapons have attachments. Yeah, so like, this is me. I didn't even record a voice of it. I just wanted to just stream the playing of it. And, like, the color palette is something. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm showing the video now. Like, the color palette is interesting. It's a little kind of... it has its style. Do I like it? What's up, Bender Strings? What's up, Jizz? I mean, Jizz. Oh, man, call me the Jizz. All over the face and stuff. Like, the aesthetics, it looks clean, but it really, it kind of looks a little, like, too clean. For a dilapidated a town, for this abandoned kind of, aliens type vibe where there was a colony on the planet. Looks very clean. Very clean. And so the aesthetic is all right. It's take it or leave it what it is. Like, it definitely has a thing they're going for. I think the menus are really cool. Like the menu transitions, like those are pretty cool with it. But a little the brightness and stuff like that, it's a little too much. It doesn't look like worn down, like you're going to this abandoned colony and looting to try to find out what happened. Like, it looks like these people like were beamed up and it was just like everything's left like spick and span clean. There's not a lot of ruggedness there. But you can see this was my only combat here. And then and the menus, I have to say, they're not very friendly. The menus are very confusing. And the thing is that you're live getting shot at while you're navigating those very cumbersome menus. They need a lot. It's definitely made for more of mouse and keyboard, like more of the mouse, like to move around and click. But it needs like hotkeys. They need like, grab all or sort, auto sort and stuff. They need a lot more of kind of like the sorting of stuff because it gets really confusing once you're grabbing a lot of loot on it. And you can see just like they're like, well, what do you do? Like, you're just walking around. Here's the sounds.
What objectives do I have here?
See, to do your objectives. So,
Okay, let's go to loot. You gotta loot. Oh, there's a melee button.
Dude found out the melee button. Oh, man. You had to do clicking on the keyboard. Yeah, so it was almost like watching paint dry. So like I'm still skipping around. Big gunfights.
What was that?
For increased hostile action.
Like I'm in a library. I feel like I'm in a library. And this I had to upload. This is my first run.
People here on me. On me.
Here we go. I was like, that's it? That's it.
Barricade active.
Wall looting, just walking around looting.
Would be much appreciated.
Now we just leave that little... No play enemies. And I'm just like, what are we doing? So I'm like, I'm just going to extract. So I just...
What's this?
Again, I'm just walking around, haven't shot anybody. Here's the extraction. And this is my first complaint with the game that I didn't like. I didn't care for. The extractions. I find the extractions a very anticlimactic. I feel like that, you know, the beacon is nice. You know, there's no kind of alarm to let everybody know it's coming, and everybody in there, and you know, it's out in the open. There's no kind of like doors closing or drop ship coming, and a kind of like a climax to it. It all depends off if, you know, if their enemy play is going around. Now they did fix it, I think, over the weekend, but this was my first one, and I was just like, oh. I wasn't even going to go back to it, but I wanted to give it a second shot, and I went back and shout to Neo, who came into the grindhouse and showed me around, and actually, and yeah, I thought the explosions are pretty weak too. Dude, I don't know what that guy was doing, writing a term paper or something, but he was clicking away on the keyboard. He was just clicking in my ear. But there, this is the extraction. Now, my first time. See? And it's just like, and I was like, that's it. So apparently they took the feedback and they updated it. That's the extraction. There it is. So that was when I first did it. Then they took the feedback, and then I said, let's try this thing again, right? So I was like, let's try this thing again. And this was my second run through it, and Neo came through and things like that. Now, the first group, I was pissed off because I died and I had to watch this guy go around looting, or as Neo called it, ratting. He was ratting the whole time. But you could see from the aesthetics and from the gameplay, my impressions, like, you know, so I'm watching this guy, you know, run around the map. So I was like pissed off. So then when Neo came in and kind of like, what? Showed me around. Show me how to play, and, you know, show me, you know, what the loot means and all this other stuff. Then I felt like, okay, I was getting a little bit of the hang of it, and we had some cool firefights. And I think what they did was they did update it where they made the player interactions much more, so there's a lot more players running around, or they definitely spawned them closer. So that happened, and I'm telling you too, like, it's pretty rough, like, because I died. And I lost everything. Like, you lose everything. There's no save slot for, you know, there's no save slot to, like, take something away yet. There's no, like, you lose everything that's here. It's gone. Like, it's gone. You lose it all. The gun, everything that it's with you, it's gone. And it's pretty grueling. Like, it's definitely, they said that risk reward. Like, there's no saving. Now, you can do objectives, and you get the status of your objective, but and that'll help you kind of level up some skills, and also get leveled up with your clan that you could get then unlocks and stuff like that. They'll gift you a weapon and things like that. I was working for Asha AI. That was the group that I was with, and like, I have to say, the outside environments away look good. I'm not a fan too much of the color tropes of the colonies. I think that they're a little too much, at least in perimeter. The marsh looked a little bit better, but still, you don't get everything looks a little too clean. And the enemy variety is not really that much. There's the bots that run around, and then there's the heavy armor bots. And the missions are kind of pretty, and those stupid things, those spores that, like, take away half your energy, yeah, they just sprung around. A little, like, you know, weird. Like, just environmental is like, oh, the best thing you think of is a spore that kind of, like, just, like, shoots at you, like, from a mile away. So, if you find, like, a great gun and you have it, like, you'll lose it. Like, it's gone. And what's crazy is that even the AI, so there was an extraction where the AI kills you, the bots kill you, and you lose to the AI. And if you don't extract or nobody revives you, it's over. So if the AI wipes out your team, you could get wiped out by the AI and lose everything. And I know that's the risk and reward of the game. But, you know, you gotta, and then a lot of the things too, it's not about crafting. This is one thing I wanted to make a point about, because what Arc Raid is, everybody talking about Arc Raid is. Arc Raid is about getting stuff to craft weapons and things like that, and getting the materials to craft. This game is not about crafting. It's more about attachments and boosts and things like that. So that's what this game's more about. So it's a little cleaner in the sense of inventory management, even though the menus are not very good. It's definitely better, easier to I get ideas because you're dealing with attachments and mods and things like that to yourself, shield mods, all these mods, almost Borderlands-esque. That's the thing, like almost Borderlands. Like with the mods and the gun mods and the character mods and the armor mods, like kills the guy with the knife because that was my objective. Yeah, that was my objective. I got him with the knife, and the gunplay is solid. That's the one thing. The gunplay is solid on there. It's just I just want a PvP, man. I just want to like just play, just play like again, like you know your juggling management and stuff like that. It's like you got the gunplay. You should just made like a PvP. Like this whole thing, I don't know if it's gonna jive. Did I have a good time the one I played? A couple of nights that I played this? At first, not really. It got better. Do I feel like I want to go back to it? No, not really. I don't know. I am not feeling too much
You're my number one customer.
the yearning to go back to do it. The loot appeal to me is just, I don't know. Like the guns are cool. You get some cool guns with cool the scope and stuff. Like it's cool, but then you could lose it. And also too, like the different shells, the different classes, they're definitely, you need that. That's the other thing in this game. You need a balanced team of a healer. That's what Neo was. That will drop. That's the help bot there. You need that. You need a balance to your team. You can't have all attackers and stuff like that. You need to have a balance like that. So, what's up, Toolman? How you doing, man? It was said, Octagon said the a lot. Like, it's not a bad game, but I think there's definitely things that they needed to do to kind of streamline it a bit more. Definitely, those menus are a bit rough, and I feel like there should be more environmental fun stuff and impact rather than some cheap ass spores or you know, and more variety to the enemies. Like you got these little bugs, these ticks or whatever like that come after you, but that's really, the animations are pretty raw, real weird on it. So I don't know. I didn't know about those bugs.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Who is your daddy? He got two! He got two!
So, you know, I don't know, man. DE with the 10, he goes, leveling up the vendors and improving the armory consumable weapons seems key. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like doing the missions, like see the objectives in the upper right-hand corner. That's the kind of stuff that you gotta target. Like the objectives complete. So you gotta kill certain people. You need to, you know, there's like there was one where I had to activate a terminal, and then that triggered a kind of a boss on the level, which was like a real heavy machine gun guy. And then after I killed them, then I had to do something else, like another activate a terminal. And obviously the problem was when the enemy, and I think that was like over here. This is where I lost everything. It was like, I think it was like right here. Oh, this thing, I activated a call and dropship. This was pretty crazy. Where was it? This part. There's Asha AI. I was working for Asha AI. She was giving me the goods. See, these are the contracts that you got to do. And then you got to do them on different plants. See, those are the ticks. See, so this is the marshes. Now, the marshes is much more challenging, I have to say. Yeah, the funnels were to find them. So D says at higher levels, ahead of the curve players. Yeah, and a lot of people, dude. I got a level 10, I think. And none of this stuff carries over to the full game. Destiny level strike contracts. See, Octon put in those. See, they're the ticks, these things. They're not Helldiver bugs. But this one was crazy. So this one I had to hack the terminal, and then I had to go to get the fight the boss. But when I got to fight the boss, there were other players there as well. So, like, where is it? Yeah, this was the kind of chaos here. So there were other players here as well. And I'm trying to fight the boss, but also help my team. So this was a pretty intense firefight. So this was like the climax of my session. Pause. And I lost everything. So you could see how upset I am. And I try to get a guy going away. Self-heal, self-revive.
Am I healing?
There you go.
So we're fighting other players. There's an AI boss thing there. There he is.
God.
That's the guy I got to kill.
Basically, I think maybe no.
Got him. So that was my mission. Oh, thought it was. Oh, that was him. That was the guy, the wrench guy. But then here come players coming in.
Oh, the Asha gun.
Yeah, Asha gave me that gun. I liked it, and I lost it.
Oh shit, he's down. Oh,
Oh, that's a team. That's a team. Yeah, that's a team.
Our team is not completely wiped
we're
yet.
all down, dude.
Oh, no, it was down.
Yeah, that's a third team basically.
That AI is right near me.
I got a selfie right as well.
There's the player right there.
Look at it.
See, I was trying to get out of there. He got me.
Drop
It was my Asha gun. That's it. I lost everything. Gone. Everything. But all my loot, not just from the mission, but everything I brought, my guns,
Oh,
gone.
man.
Gone.
So now I lost all my guns.
So yeah, I did. This is what happens when you lose.
Oh shit! Look at the inventory value I lost. Oh shit!
Yeah, I lost 20.
That's it. I lost my Asha gun.
Look, everything.
Oh my gosh! All this stuff is gone. I have nothing now.
Even my shield battery pack. Again, that's the name of the game. And if it really, you know, that's the thing you got to keep in mind. You know what I mean? So, like, then you got to go back to looting. I still had a blue gun in my inventory, so I could brought that with me. But then I took, like, you know, some cheap guns. I took like a cheap pack next. Like I just said, I'm going to bring this shotgun and this cheap pack with me in my next one and grab some cool guns and things like that, and did some missions. So you have a good run and then you pull it and then it fills up your inventory. So it definitely, I could see the loop, right? Am I going to stick around for that loop? Are the players going to stick around for the loop? I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. But I could see it. Now, I'm going to tell you just my impressions. I know Arc Raiders versus this as my final thing about it is that I feel like coming away, when I first started Arc Raiders and played it, I was left very impressed. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, it was such a cool world, and the world was so interesting that you went through these ruins, and the robots were spooky, just roaming around, and they had this crazy AI where they'll, like, find you and things like that. The world felt alive in Arc Raiders. And the whole open chat, like, oh, hey, man, y'all help you. Y'all, let me help you and shit like that. It was much more dynamic and stuff. This one, everybody's going killing. It's deathmatch mode. I don't see the purpose of open chat unless that develops over time. People are going to say, hey, but it's like shoot first and take their loot. And the thing is, too, is that when you drop these players, see all the stuff, the loot drops. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not like you're going to kill somebody and they're going to have, like, really nothing. For the ones that we were killing, dude, they had bank, man. It was, who wants to help out anybody to extract? Just take them out. Because when you killed another player, the stuff that they're carrying, you get everything. Everything. It's all their guns. Like, I didn't have enough, like, slots to carry them all. So it's worth it just to shoot people. There's no benefit in to say, hey, come on, let's go. Like, because the environment is not as devastating as I felt Arc Raiders was, where those AI bots, even the little drones, were challenging, that you didn't want to engage with them. In here, those guys are just fodder, man. Like, I'm just shooting those bots. Like, they're not. Some of them, like the armor guys, maybe give you a little more trouble. But the other ones, like, I'm not afraid of the environment. I just want to shoot stuff. And maybe because it's a first-person shooter. So the dynamic there of the social kind of open chat and, yo, we're in this crazy world together. Like, why don't we help each other out rather than shooting each other? I don't know if that's going to develop in this game. I don't know. But, one other thing, too, that people are keeping an eye on. So, am I buying it? I don't know. I was down for it when I first saw it. I don't know. And I'm going to tell you why I don't know. It's because friggin' Resident Evil 9 is absolutely incredible. Yes. Resident Evil 9, holy, Capcom cooked Gordon Ramsay style. Michelin stars. Resident Evil 9, I'm about 3 hours in. Holy crap. I know they're two different games, dude. I know they're two different games, but my God, like, that has just deglazed me from anything. Like, maybe if Marathon was coming out and there was nothing around, maybe I say, yeah, I'll give it a shot. But the fact that I was playing Marathon this weekend and then all of a sudden I was like, let me boot up Resident Evil. Yo, absolutely amazing. Stop everything. Resident Evil, my God. I love Resident Evil 7, and I'm telling you right now, this game already has just I didn't even play enough of it, and it still just blew it out of the water. And Crimson Desert, too. Yes. But my God, Resident Evil. And maybe if Marathon was on its own island and things like that, maybe I'll say, you know what, let's give it a shot. We'll do some runs, but I just don't know how it would, and I know they're different games, but it's time is the same thing, right? And this is the other thing, just jumping back to Marathon here. Yo, my God, I'm going to talk about Resident Evil, but let me just jump back into this, and I'm not going to do any spoilers, so don't worry if you didn't play Resident Evil yet. Hit that like button. There's a spoiler right there. There's a spoiler. But this is the thing. And I just want to bring this back because I was talking about this during my stream before I get to Resident Evil, the Fire. This is the thing that I said, with Marathon, I feel that they should have had some more time in between the open beta for the world and the game release. I think they needed to kind of let this game come out about 2 weeks ago, let people play for the weekend, then take all the feedback back, pull it away from everybody, and then bring it back to them at release. Let them feel that FOMO, like they want to come back into it. I feel like you made people play it over the weekend for free. Majority of the shells were there, maybe 2 less shells and 2 maps less. And it was majority of the full game, about maybe 85% of it. And you let people get a taste, and now those that pre-order it will pre-order it. I don't know how many people converted to pre-order, but the thing is just look how quickly people didn't stick around for the weekend. They kind of tried it and dropped real hard, and it kept dropping. It wasn't that kind of, yo, check this out, check this out, check this out, check this out. And I think that's not the momentum that you want leading into the game's release so soon. Now, if this would have happened maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they could say, we took all the feedback back and now we're going to make it the game that we're doing. So, I just was like, people were showing this thing there's actually, you know what? I don't even want to know who this person is. I just saw that picture. I thought it was my, hold on. We're going to go do it live. I don't know why I did it with the... There we go. Let's see. Let's see what it is live. Where is it? I don't know when they took that picture, so let me see here. Oh, did they remove it? Where's the Oh, it does the progress carry over? Let me see. Server Slam. There it is. So yeah, so this was the week. Yeah, this was the Steam over the weekend. So yeah, so this is the numbers. There's 285. It's closed now. It closed down. But you know, it you know, people tried it and things like that. So we'll see how it does. I just thought timing wise, I think it would have been better to kind of have it a couple weeks ago and then kind of bring the feedback, because they were fixing it over the weekend. Like I said, the morning I played it, it wasn't as good as the afternoon, where they definitely added much more interaction, much more drops and bots and stuff, because it was desolate. It was boring. But this was what it kind of peaked at 143 and then dropped to the thing. That was open beta for everybody. That's just only on PC. So, you know, overall, am I getting it? I'd say, like I said, Resident Evil just stole my heart right now. Playing that game, and you know, I'm pretty satisfied. Tomasi, what do you mean the point of falling for what? This is what it is. I just went to Steam DB. This is what it is. What? This is a lie? Is this wrong? Is this is it for the full week? I don't know. I'm not falling for anything. This is what it is. I was just showing the play accounts. I'm talking about interest. That's what I'm talking about, Tomasi. Just talking about interest. You want to see it kind of at least steady or stay there. You don't want to see a huge drop-offs. Like, that means people tried it and didn't like it. That's what kind of indicates to me. That doesn't seem like momentum that you want leading into your game, and maybe that momentum could have been lessened if they did this a couple of weeks ago rather than it launches in a couple of days. That's my point. That's the whole point. So, I don't know. Did I like what I played? I think the gun playing was good. Oh, while we're at it, why don't we check on the other one? You want to see a dead body? While I'm here, why not? Oh, mother of goodness. This, you want to see a dead body is High Guard. High Guard. Oh my goodness. This game didn't even peak as high as Marathon. So there you go. But this is a free-to-play game. But High Guard, yeah. I feel bad for this one, man. I don't think it's going to make it to the summer before we hear about changes or something like that going on with this one. It's a tough, man. These service games are fighting tough, man. It's tough. It's tough, man. There's a lot of competition out there, and you got to be super different, and you got to hit hot and hard. Pause. You know? You got to, it's tough. It's tough. And you know, it is what it is. Like, I think Bungie's going to do right by their game. I think they're definitely going to try to tell the story. They're going to listen to the feedback and evolve that game. So, you know, I think Marathon, I think Bungie's going to do right by it. I don't think they're going to abandon it. But that's for them, and I'm not playing on hopes and wishes. My interest in it, am I liking that loop? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I like the gunplay. The environments, I thought, I feel like they're a little too samey. You could see, like, you know, every kind of colony building you go into is kind of the same kind of computer, same stuff on the desk. Like, it's not as unique as like this abandoned thing. Like, there's story going on, an environment, if you know what I mean, where you want to kind of loot and run around these rooms and these buildings and kind of like see, you know, what's inside and all this other stuff. Like, it kind of, they all look like the same clean kind of room, and Diamosh, I think, had a little bit more dynamic stuff in it. Like, it looked better, like the environment, but the colony stuff was still like the same colors and things like that. So Diamosh had like, you know, different moshes around there. It was a different environment, but I saw a whole war right here. Like, to see the moshes and stuff like that. But like, still, the colony rooms and everything like that was they kind of look the same, and that's the thing. So it didn't leave such a huge, you know, I gotta go play it. Did I miss it and things like that? For me, for you, hey, I'm not saying it's trash. I'm not gonna be like, yo, it's a horrible game. You're a fool for liking it. No, it just didn't. you know, and see, this is cool. We tried to ambush this team, so there were cool moments. So I have to say, there was cool moments, but there's definitely some tweaking they need to do, and really, the palette sometimes, like it feels like I'm playing in a user created world. Like it doesn't feel, that's the one thing. Like I kind of, the aesthetics are all right. Like I like the computerized aesthetics, but I just feel like the colony buildings and stuff, these colors, I feel like I'm playing on a Forge map. Somebody just put this together, and that's just my feeling on it. So we'll see. But I gotta say, the one thing though, after I play that, the game that I can't wait to go back to, and I'm like dying to play, is Resident Evil. My God. Resident Evil 6. Now, I didn't capture any gameplay of it, and I'm not going to spoil anything for Resident Evil 6, but my goodness, dude. That game, Capcom is just... Hey, man, good. It's number 2 on Steam and 5 on the PS Store. Hey, great. Does that mean it's going to be there for the next month? That's what I'm talking about. So, a lot of people must have pre-ordered it. Destiny people, there was some pre-order perks for Destiny. We'll see how long it stays. That's always the problem with these games. See, that's the thing. It's always the problem with these service games. You might get that big peak. Oh, look at Halo Infinite. It was free to play, right? 300,000 people played Halo Infinite. Go look at SteamDB and go look at Halo Infinite. This is the problem with these games. Like, you could sit here and go, hey man, this game, look at the Halo Infinite peak. 272,000 people is the most people playing the game at all. Would you call Halo a successful service game? No. So it's always like, the problem with these games is that you're not buying it for day one. You're buying it for the longevity of it. Now, if you think it gives you the hook and you want to go back, that's great. That's what I'm considering. I'm not considering how many day one sales it has. I'm not considering how many peak players it has, because we all know with these games, they could have the highest peak in the world, and in 2 weeks, they could have the lowest and drop right off, and nobody's playing it. And all of a sudden, you're like, wait, I'm in it. And they're like, yeah, we're shutting down the servers, or like, yeah, we're done with this season. We're not going to do season 3. The live service games are an investment. And the only investment you have is if it keeps you hooked. For me, I didn't feel running back to it. That was me. So, Resident Evil 9. Let me talk about amazing. Resident Evil 9. Now we're going to talk about this. Again, I only have a few hours into this game. My God. What's up, Niku? Hit that like button. Listen, if you want to play a game and you want to sit there on the pro, holy crap. The cinematics, just in the beginning, that office scene that they showed, I'm watching a freaking movie. Like, it is like so detailed. Down the hair, the facial expressions, everything. The detail that Capcom put into this friggin' game, dude, absolutely insane. And then the way they do it is that when you play as the girl, you could do first person. And when you play as Leon, you can do third person. That's what they recommend. Because her scenes are more of a horror going through a haunted house. Leon's parts are action. So it is such an awesome back and forth. And which I thought it was going to be her stuff and then Leon stuff. Like they'll do like a Resident Evil 6 or some crap like that. The fact that they're doing them side by side, you're going back between being scared out of your wits to like incredible action sequences. And the moves they gave Leon, the scenes that going on, dude, that I'm not spoiling anything. You got to experience this friggin' game. And I know it's damn good when I have 4 or 5. I don't know if you guys do this. Ready? I got 4 or 5 different save slots because these are parts where I'm like, I got to go back and show somebody this. That's what I do, man. I got about 4 or 5 typewriter save slots because I'm like, oh my God, I got to show somebody this. I want to save that save because of what I just experienced. I want to do it again. So I got like 3 save slots on my friggin' typewriter. I got to make sure I overwrite the right one when I do it because the experience of that friggin' game is absolutely insane. And oh my God, the scenes they got, and it just starts off with action, man. It is so crazy. I'm like, it is a Resident Evil game. I have to say, like Resident Evil 8, it was cool. It looked great, but you know, the wolves, the vampires and stuff like that. It is like, yeah, it's Resident Evil. Dude, this one, you know who the bad guy is. You see what's going down, and it is awesome. It is so freaking good. And the PSSR 2, that was another surprise that came out of the blue, man. Like that, this game is one of the first games to support PSSR 2, which is their AI upscaling. That's built. The chip is built into the Pro. So that is coming later this month in an update where you'll activate it, and it's going to make it even sharper. But I'm telling you, it looks clean as can be now. But I could see the little artifacting sometimes here or there with the light, with the flashlight. And with PSSR 2, if that cleans that thing up, man, oh my God. And now there's a whole bunch of other games that are going to be added for the PSSR 2.0. So tell me again how, having your own hardware, software that supports it, I think that's great. And I think Sony's right on the money. People said March. They said, would you hear more about it? Cerninator in the chat. Put Cerninator in the chat. There we go. Put the Cerninator in the chat, man. They're cooking. They're cooking with it. And I tell you, like the fact that that's supporting there, they came out and said that. And Resident Evil is the first game to support it on there, and they got a whole list of other games, man. It just adds more. Go get yourself a PS5 Pro. Like there it is. You know, everybody's saying there's no launch games. Listen, the Pro I always felt was like if you wanted that little bit more, and the fact that how good these, you knew it's an investment for the future, right? You knew the Pro, like you knew these games coming off the PS5 were great. You knew the Pro was going to give you that little extra oomph, the peanut butter and the jelly. It's going to give you the fidelity, but also the frame rate. And now it's making games even look better with the ray tracing turned on and things like that. So, like, it really is a great, like, it's really the thing that's going to carry you into the next generation, whatever that is. Please, I don't want it to be soon. Nelson with the 2, he goes, Leon Wicked with the gunslinger. Yo, when he pulls out that his the Harbinger, whatever the hell that gun is, man, you saw just slicing zombies in half. Incredible. Oh my God, yo. I can't wait to get back to it. Yo, yes, Crimson Desert on the Pro, man. The Crimson Desert is gonna. I can't wait for that either. The Requiem, that's it. The Requiem. He's like, oh, pull out he's gonna pull out that gun. He's just slicing people. But it is crazy. Like it's so good. The story is pulling me in. Like it is really, and the dynamic between the two different characters is so cool. And I recommend playing it in first person with a girl and a Leon with third person. And even the flashback scenes and stuff like that, it's so good. It's I can't wait to play more of it. Like I haven't get enough of it. It is amping up, and the combat is insane. The atmosphere, the lighting, dude, that's the other thing. The lighting, the Resident Evil 9 light, the lighting is insane. The way the light off of zombies, the way the lights, like, you can't see, you need any kind of light, and light's going to turn out to be important in a part too, just to let you know, another part. But my God, the lighting is so crazy. And what's so good, it reminded me so much, the first scene, like the first mission that you go on, it reminded me so much of Condemned. And that was like one of my favorite games. And like just that, like the spookiness, and it brought me back to Resident Evil 7, where that started in just like a real spooky kind of weird ass, like, house, and the lighting and the jump scares and things like that. And the sounds, dude, like just a bottle moving, a door slamming, or a glass breaking, or you hear something, or you just go down into the bathroom to look for a clue, and then when you turn around, all of a sudden a bucket just goes flying across the room, like it rolls across. And then you go from that into Leon scenes where he's just like doing drop kicks and smacking up with axes and throwing the batons, throwing just swords, and it's crazy that he just comes in there and he's cooking, and then and it goes from those two things. It's like 2 games, man. Awesome. Cannot recommend Resident Evil enough. That is your game. That is your game right now. And then for now, and probably for Crimson Desert, I can't wait for that one either. They did for Brazil. They weaved the story into the main franchise. Yeah, because I always felt like 8 was I felt like 8 was like I was somewhere else. Like it was cool, but they tied it all in. Like 8 was like it was a fantasy kind of thing where they were just like, they had like the vampire girl and the other one that was doing the werewolves and this. And like, it was just a little too much of like, Van Helsing type thing. It was good, but it wasn't my favorite. 7 I liked a lot. I loved the atmosphere of 7 and how they tied it in to the story. And now this one, they're cooking. They went right back into it, right back into Raccoon City articles. The survivors of Raccoon City are dying. What happened? And it's just great. Great. Oh, congrats, Neil. Good job. It is so good. Resident Evil, man. And again, I don't want to get spoilers because you need to experience it. Resident Evil 9 is one of those games where and I got it on my Grindhouse Theater. Yeah, it's one of those games where you just turn off the lights, you put on your headphones, and you just get immersed. And you just say, PlayStation, take me away. And that's it. You turn that thing on and you just experience it. Don't watch it streamed. Don't watch it. No VR support in it. Oh my God, I can't imagine VR support. At least for the first person scenes. My God. But like, it's one of those games where don't watch it on a stream. Just play it. Now, if I stream it, you can watch it. But I'm already off the beginning part of it. So like, but if I stream it, you could watch it. You could watch it. But from what I experienced already, that opening intros and the beginning of it, you gotta play that, dude. You gotta experience it. Just experience it. It's so good. It's so good, and it looks incredible. It looks incredible. Oh man, I can't wait to go back to it. I'm giddy for it. I can't wait to go back to it because I just want to get I just want to get lost in that game because it is so good, and the story is compelling too. They got a right amount of cut scenes and just enough where you feel like you're going along and you're doing well with it. So like, I think it's good. Now, talking about cooking, hit that like button, Ryan. Yeah, they did a great job, Davis, with both characters. I agree. Great job. So one of the things that came out between our shows was we were wondering about Corey Balrog's game, and then it got leaked that first off, there's 2 things that went on with Bloomberg. One, and I didn't have this in the topics. Again, I'm still getting over being sick. One thing was Bloodborne was actually pitched in early 2005 by Bluepoint. But apparently Sony told Bluepoint that From Software did not want to do it. So, who's to blame who? Who's blaming who? Apparently, From Software is the one who said, no, Bluepoint, it's our game, our license, you can't do it. So that's where partnerships get messed up because Sony didn't own the Bloodborne license. From Software did. From Software said, we don't want to do it. And Bluepoint wound up getting their proposal nixed. So that went down. So was it Bluepoint didn't deliver? Or was it that, I would say, hey, let's have a backup plan. But From Software supposedly is to blame. That's what Sony told them, saying From Software, it's their IP. They don't want to do it. And you know what? Maybe they're so much involved in Elden Ring, and they don't kind of want to, I don't know what their excuse is. But all I know is that they could be the reason why Bluepoint didn't have a game to have, and Sony was just like, yeah, well, we're going to move on now. But if I was Blue Point, I would have had a backup plan. But there you go. So From Software could be the reason why Blue Point don't have a game. So the other thing that came up was that Corey Balrog's game apparently got leaked by Nate the Hate and by I don't know if Jason Schreier was talking about it, but whoever says it, I really don't care. Apparently, it's going to be a spinoff in the God of War world. It's going to be Faye. So Kratos' wife is going to be apparently what Corey Balrog is working on. So not a space game, but apparently it's starring Faye. It's going to be her, and they're going all in because God of War is celebrating an anniversary. So like they're doing the trilogy remake, the Faye game, and the Amazon Live show. And then the next mainline game is in Egypt, apparently. Mass Produce says they're going to launch it as a PS6 launch title. Oh, man. So, I think, listen, well, my take on it, like if Corey Balrog's game is starring Faye and you go through her and the Norse, and it's going to be a little different, he said. I think that's pretty interesting because that is a huge transition for Kratos in between the traditional God of War in Greek mythology and Norse mythology. You see, he has a child. There's a couple of flashbacks where he buries her. That's the first game. He takes her ashes. That was the whole point. And then, there's flashbacks of like how they met and their relationship very briefly in Ragnarok. So I think playing as her and having her story, even how she meets Kratos or what she does with Kratos, like things like that, I think it would be pretty interesting there. And also her battle with the Norse gods and things like that. It'd be pretty interesting because she gave Kratos his axe and she gave Atreus his bow. So I do think that is definitely would be a very interesting story, getting that perspective, because that is basically a whole point in between God of War. So it'll almost be like a prequel to God of War 2018. Unless they have it overlay a little bit. But yeah, because she's dead at the beginning of that one. So like it could kind of lead how she died. Like she died of sickness, how she gets sick, like what I really think there's definitely story to be told there. And honestly, I may prefer to play that because it could loop in Kratos more than if I just was doing Loki or that. Or you may play as Atreus with flashbacks to his mom and you're playing both Faye and Atreus. I don't know. In a Loki kind of game. I don't know. She's one of the giants. That's right, Lynchy. She's one of the giants as well. So, like, yeah. She could fight. So, I don't know. I'm interested. Yes, you're not playing as Kratos running around. But that's what Ragnarok was for. Corey was doing something else. I thought Corey was doing everybody thought Corey was doing a space game. Everybody thought he was doing some space game. Well, he's not doing a space game. Apparently, this is what he's doing, and it's planned to be announced later this year in the summer with a release early next year. That's what the rumors are saying. So, hey, I'm down for it. And if that's the case, then you're talking about next year they could have this Corey's game and Intergalactic. So we have a game for Naughty Dog and Santa Monica next year. And we wrap up the year with a game from Insomniac. Yo, that's a three burner fire right there. That's a 5-alarm fire, man. That is cooking season. Hence why we even talk about what this whole PC and PlayStation relationship is going down. But it's cooking season. Intergalactic, Corey Balrog, Santa Monica game. Yo. Is it already announced? No, it's not announced yet. It's rumors. The Leviathan axe originally belongs to Faye, the OA says. They're getting ready, man. I'm along for this ride, baby. I'm along for this cooking season.
You're my #1 customer.
Ooh, plus Ultra with the 2. He goes, I wish she was Narukio from Heavenly Sword. Yeah. I don't even know who even owns. Does Ninja Theory still own Heavenly Sword? Or that was a Sony IP? As Sony as the IP and Ninja Theory made it. I think Ninja Theory owns it. Nariko. That was some awesome combat and animation in that game, man. Who knows what's going on with Ninja Theory now on the new Ashabuti era? Who knows? Exactly. It's what the leaks say. Exactly, Tats. That's what I'm saying. The rumor is that it's going to come out. I'm not saying it's fact, but I'm saying the rumor has it over the summer and announced for next year. But that could be something where we're looking there. Hey, man. I think it's great. Expanded. There's so much to be told. Like, come on. Everybody, Kratos and Norse mythology. And then what's crazy, too, is like, I remember the criticism with Kratos in 2018 was like the whole, like, oh, we just thought he was just going to go and just kill all the gods, you know? And like, oh, he's just going to do to the Greek mythology exactly what he did. Oh, he's going to do to Norse mythology what he did to Greek. He's just going to just go kill everybody. And that's not how it went down. Like 2018 God of War was a very awesome game to set up Ragnarok, because it wasn't that Kratos is just like, I'm a god killer, you know, like that's it. I'm just going to go Greeks and then I'm going to go after that. And then I'm going to go Roman gods. And he just like kind of kills them all down. Like 2018 was the motivation. He didn't want anything to do with it. He got pulled into it because they couldn't get out because of what his history was. He wanted to erase his history. They kept trying to, he got pulled in. So, you know, it was very interesting how they set it up. He just wanted to bury his wife's ashes, and then in that journey with his son, that's when things went down. And now, oh, Sony does own Heavenly Sword IP. You know, it's in PlayStation All-Stars. Hint, hint, Neil. Thank you. It's in she's in PlayStation All-Stars, if there's ever was one. Now, going from quality rumors to booty rumors. Grinders. Apparently, Starfield. Todd Howard's baby. Game of the generation. Stop all the presses. Stop them all now.
Stop it!
Stop them all now.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
Game of the generation. Sarah Bond's exclusive. Apparently is getting announced tomorrow, or no, around the 17th or 18th, or in a couple of days. And it's coming out on April 7th, the Grindhouse birthday. Talk about getting shit for my birthday. I do not want this game anywhere near my birthday. But it is. This is a birthday present that nobody wants. But Starfield is coming to the PlayStation 5. And Starfield, not 2.0, as Todd Howard said. It's just more Starfield if you like Starfield. The game of the generation. Yes, it's exclusive, Sarah Bond said. Yes, it's exclusive to Game Pass and everything else. It's crawling its way to PlayStation. Yes, it's crawling its way to PlayStation, because talking about a game that fell off the radar and the DLC made sure it did a double tap to it. Yeah. I care less. Am I buying it? No. Vin Diesel.
I don't play this game!
He's not buying it either. But yeah, I don't care. Dude, this game, I told you. I did a live stream of this game, and I showed you the game. And I was done from it from that day. There were windmills all over the place. It was the worst. It was the. Do I even have? I don't remember. Where's my Grindhouse Starfield stream? Man, it's so long ago. Oh my god, here it is. Is this it? Oh no, I was doing No Man's Sky, which is light years better than this. Was this it? Wait a second. Did I play it here? Is this me playing it? Oh yes! I did a lot. Here's my live stream of it. Holy crap, grinders. Is this it? When did I start seeing the lighthouses?
What is this planet?
Menus galore. Watch this. Who's in the chat from this show? Is that Mondo? Look at the loading screens. This is what's coming to PlayStation. Get ready. When did I start teleporting to planets?
Oh look, there's clouds here. So this is hills. All right, so this looks a little different here. Oh look, look at this. The spaceship landing again. Are we seriously doing this again? Where is it? You know that
This was supposed to be the chosen one.
So this planet, this part looks a little bit better. What is this?
This is before they added the Doom Buggy.
Look how far everything is. You need a moon. Look at it. I gotta run to these things. That thing. Like, and then you lose oxygen. I gotta run to see what this thing is.
You couldn't land anywhere on the planet. You could only land on those spots. Like,
And jetpack. There's my jetpack. Look.
this is me playing it, Nico.
But now I'm dying. So I gotta walk now. Who wants to do this kind of exploration?
Nobody, Grindhouse.
I'm trying
But this
to
coming to
look see
PlayStation.
what this thing is all the way down there. It says unknown. What does it say? Unknown. Now I'm dying. I gotta stop again and catch my breath. This is torturous. A jetpack. You got your boost. Oh, my boost is done. Why is this shit so far away?
The game of the generation, they said.
I can't jump in my spaceship and just fly over there.
Nope, you gotta
Just
walk.
scan it? That's it? How do I scan it? I'm scanning it. No, you gotta go there. And there's another one even further away.
Look at the Borga. There's no animals, nothing. There's nothing.
Scan it from here. What is that? A volcano? What is the ground shaking for?
It's coming to PlayStation. Get excited. Wait till I start load field. Wait, watch this. Am I still walking?
Side mission. Go get the glass of water.
We work together as a team.
Oh yeah, here's the windmills. This is what part I wanted to show you.
Like, we're in different galaxies and stuff. Like, should there be like different technology or like, you know, different things? Like, all these structures look the same. It is like randomly generated map pack. No! Holy shit! The 3 windmills! They just showed up!
It generated.
Oh my God, Grindin.
It generated in front of me.
Done. The goddamn windmills. Didn't I just say the friggin' windmills? If I see those goddamn 3 windmills and they randomly just generated in front of me, these friggin' 3 windmills.
I'll say it again.
10 minutes to tell the guy.
Got rats here.
Watch the windmills just spawn. I was in galaxies far away, dude.
We're in different galaxies and stuff.
Watch these windmills just show up.
Like
Watch them just show up and
technology,
spawn.
like,
This
you
piece
know,
of shit game.
Different things like all these
Todd
structures
Howard.
look the same.
Watch. They just show up.
It is like randomly generated map pack. No! Holy shit! The 3 windmills!
Watch. Wait, I'm gonna go to another planet.
Side mission. Go.
Wait. I landed on all these different planets.
Can I have a glass of water, please?
See, I told you, I show you. This is coming. Everybody excited? Hit that like button. You excited? It's coming.
Desert. Volcanic. Let's see what volcano. Let's see if I see like big volcanoes.
They better fix all this before they bring the PlayStation.
Yes, they tell the guy the side mission, go find some water. I'm like, dude, I walk miles. There's no water. You're done.
The guy told me to go find water.
This is a different planet, everybody. Look at this. Look at the stuff that's here.
Wait, I see the windmills, right?
You're my #1 customer.
JP Logo, super chat back then. Great.
And so everything that we're doing with...
Now I leave this planet.
I gotta. We're doing. We did Wakishi.
Watch. I look at the planets. I go, this is what I'm talking about it.
Montora.
Another planet. Dude, if I see windmills.
Jesus, please. Another gas. Dude, for 1,000 planets, I'm finding a lot of goddamn gas giants. That's all I'm telling you. I'm finding a lot of goddamn gas giants. Let's go to this galaxy here. Sagan Galaxy. Let's get the hell out of Cheyenne. That was our 4th galaxy. Galaxies. You know what's so far? Thousands of planets. I'm finding a lot of gas planets that I can't land on. Let's see this one. Oh, this one's a winner. This is the W right here. This is the W. This is the W right here.
I better not see windmills.
Frozen craters. This is going to look like an ice moon. We've landed on like 3 of them already.
That's right. Just bring Gizzy Day, right? I'm
Yep,
talking.
there's your star map. The same Yep, there it is. Same skybox.
Starfield 5 out of 5. Uh-huh.
What is this? Well, they can't put windmills on this planet. What the hell is this? Yo. I'm gonna walk. If I see goddamn windmills generate as I'm walking to this, look how far this is.
This is why they
You
add.
can't put windmills on this.
This is why they added this the Moonraker thing, because this is what happened. You're forced to land there, and everything's so far away.
Dude, we parked so far away from where I gotta go. I landed on Volcano Planet. They're windmills. There was no volcanoes. I found some dude standing there, and he said he needed a glass of water. Look how
60.
far away this thing is. Look at this. So, do they think by putting it far away? Like, there's nothing here. What is this?
It's Todd Howard's vision.
You just made the
A
list.
structure.
Welcome, Reaper, to the VIPs.
Thank you, Regan. A structure. Good detail.
Five out of 5, Paris said. My Starfield character is still on the same planet to this day. I never went back to it.
Oh, God. Space pirates. Now I can't spawn. Now I can't run away. Look at these buggies. Nope, can't run.
Generic epic music, yeah. Let's see the action.
I'm not from this galaxy.
No, they are not paying me enough for this.
They don't like me here.
Who's he shooting at?
Oh man, they killed my robot.
My robot.
Let's see if I can just steal the ship.
All right, No Man's Sky. Like, this is just.
Zero G. Oh, what is this? To the menu.
Oh my god. Yeah, I go with menus to load up everything. I'm getting bored watching myself play.
Oh.
But anyway, it's coming to PlayStation.
Let's go to. There it is. That's a repetitive. Every time. How many times have I landed on a planet and that plane crashed? And what? I gotta go over there and fight some pirates? Yep, there it is. Unknown. Structure. Dude, if I go over this mountain, there's freaking windmills again.
Let's see if there's windmills.
It's generated, but it looks like it's done with like 5 items.
Let's see if I see windmills over this hill.
No terraforming, no vehicle movement. You gotta just walk. And that's what you got. And this is look, there's that plane taking off. And that's probably what people are talking about. Like the first 10 hours and stuff, it's just a slog through the fetch quest missions of the campaign. Because that's all that was. Like, go to these planets, meet these people, talk to them, and then shoot some pirates. Like, oh, I want to explore. I want to like discover things because that's what they said this game is about.
Look at it popping. Ugh.
It's raining here at least, but I don't see any animals.
But there's the cooked.
Let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere else on this planet. Let's go to near the dock side.
Loading screens.
It is a slog.
This is on PC too.
Yeah.
But when you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
No, I don't want to talk to you. Now we're at a desert part of this planet. Oh, here's an animal. Oh, there's the dude. Where's that? There it is.
Look, same animation. Look.
And it lands again.
And then once you go explore it, it's the same repetitive thing every planet.
Nope. Things to shoot. Apparently, they come on your plane.
Yay. Anyway, there's Starfield. I forgot I even played it. I just remember the windmills.
Let's get to the top of this mountain and see the beautiful landscape.
It just works. Dude, this is the game, man. This is what they want. The game of the generation. I guess, man. But Booty got promoted, though. Booty got promoted.
It's like Rocky.
Booty's promoted.
And the radiation levels, like I just felt like those games offered so much. They were much.
This one's
focused.
this lady's walking around without a helmet on. I'm all jacked.
This is just like Bethesda random game generator. Version 2.
No oxygen levels. This lady's walking around without a
A
helmet.
bunch of assets and made AI building. Yeah. You're throwing a bunch of trees. There's no sense of.
Look at me, all like.
No Man's Sky 2016 was doing the same thing, procedural generation. But you land on those planets, you feel like there's so much going on. If you go back to the stream and look at the first planet that I landed on during this exploration, these trees right here are the same trees. The brown, small trees were the same trees that were on that other planet. I jumped everywhere. So that's the one good thing about fast travel. I travel.
Boom. Anyway, sorry to bore you. But grinders, hit that like button. Starfield coming to PS5. Excited? Pre-order today. Pre-order soon. And the DLC was even worse, apparently, because I'm not touching that thing. Trash. But there you go. There's Starfield. Hopefully everybody enjoys that. It was an asset flip. It was an asset flip. Let me get these chats here. Glassdoor Gaming. He goes for the 5. He goes, prayers to Xbox fans that bought a ROG Ally X to take pictures of PlayStation games running on Steam. Time to make the cookies. Oh, man. Yo. We're getting to the messy part now.
Accounting to cap for Xbox and Glaze, and now he is out buying PS5 Pro. Time to make the cookies.
Oh, it's time. It's cooking time.
I don't wanna act you wet. I don't wanna make you cry.
So, we're getting into Asha doesn't know. Asha doesn't know. Oh, here's Starfield. Sorry, yeah. Sarah Bond, before they threw her under the bus. I forgot. Just to cap off Starfield.
A groundbreaking game. And yes, it's exclusive. A groundbreaking game. And yes, it's exclusive. A groundbreaking game. And yes, it's exclusive.
All right, okay, it's exclusive. Yeah. So, grinders, I got some news to report. But just to talk about, just to go back to, who give me that super chat? I don't want to go. Glassdoor, you talk about the ROG Ally. I got some ROG Ally news for you. Here you go. Look at this. Starting today, insiders can try highlight reels on the ROG Ally X via the game highlights preview. Oh, wait a second. Whoa. Insiders. So you got to be an insider and then try a feature in preview. It is like you got to be like 3 levels removed from just a regular consumer. You got to be an Xbox insider. And then you got to try the game highlight preview because it's not really officially, it's the preview in the game page on the Xbox PC app. Highlight reels on the ROG Ally. Yo. I heard that. Huh? What? Hello? Anybody? Hello? Hello? Yeah, nobody cares. There you go. I remember that. Xbox record that from 2020. From 2015. Xbox record that. Now they got Ace's ROG Ally record that. In preview, cousin, former son's roommate edition. A preview, Xbox Insider. But there you go. There's the big news. Big news at Xbox. Here it is. Big updates. Yo. Asha don't know. Asha! Post-game recap. Yo, man, what is going on here? They turned Xbox Wire into a bunch of like ROG Ally updates. Wait a second, what's this? There's another article? Post-game recaps. Dude, NVIDIA's been doing this for decades. Asha gotta get on this. So, one of the things that came out last week was that the handing of the torch from Phil Ness Spencer to Asha. And Bootleg had the interview. And Asha responded the way your parents will respond if you ask them how will they save Xbox. And the community was all hot and bothered. They loved it. They're so hot and bothered that they're trying to groom and help her be a better vice president, I guess, than Phil. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're coming out like the welcome committee, like they make games. And they're trying to tell Asha what she should do first and what she should do. And what's crazy is that it's exposing all of them to think that they love themselves some Phil Spencer. But now they got all these problems. Oh, exclusives. Asha, you got to listen to the community. Grinders. Somebody got to warn Asha's. Somebody. She's going in too far, man. Too far. Yo. Ben Kenobi. This guy, I think this guy made the FanFest. When FanFest was canceled, I think he put it all together to make FanFest. Well, he posted this. Navigating a new space is always difficult without friends, Asha. The community is behind you and excited to see your vision from a new era at Xbox. We wanted you with a new banner. Congratulations and welcome. Grinders. A wall of shame. Who we got here? We got names. There's Mr. Boomstick. There's Cobrals, idols. Like, you don't want to be on this wall. We got Huggy. Oh, well, shit. Look, I'll get you and get in here. It's your show. Huggy, get in here. Look.
Stop. Enough.
But you're right there. Look, you're on the wall. You're on the wall. Look, you made it.
Stop. Enough.
Why?
Stop. Enough.
You don't want to be on this wall?
Stop. Enough.
What's wrong?
Stop. Enough.
You want to be on the wall, right?
Stop. Enough.
I don't know. Something's wrong with him. He's glitching. The bot's glitching. But anyway, the Paris is on this wall. I didn't know he's part of the Xbox community. Did he sign something? I thought he got a yellow chair. He got a green one too? But anyway, this is a wall. Asha says, thanks for the warm welcome. Made it my banner. Asha doesn't know. Asha, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, Asha, you're not doing this. This is not good news.
Philness.
Yo, she's going further down the hole than Phil Spencer did. Phil Spencer at least, like, did it slow. Asha going head first into the shallow end of the pool. Yo, you didn't even do anything yet for Xbox. Oh, my God, Asha's. Banner of the week, she said. She never had one. She didn't even put an Xbox banner on there. Still, I'm telling you, to me, there's something fishy with her whole scheme. I don't even know what's going down. Even when she was appointed last week, she never modified. This is still looking like so weird. Like, it's just such a weird, like, it seems, you know what it seems like? She just created it just to glaze them. That's what it seems to me. Because if you look, she hasn't posted anything. She posted this one picture when they handed off the thing, and that's it. She's not posting that Xbox Wire article. She's not posting about the updates coming to their Asus ROG. She's not posting about the Resident Evil release. She's not even posting about Marathon. She's not posting about any games for Xbox news. And then you look at her replies, she hasn't replied to anybody at all, except Ryan McCaffrey, where she says, I'm a real account, agree faking it would be wrong, and then posted this picture, and then just responded to him and made it her banner. Something doesn't seem right. It seems really weird that either she has some sort of team or somebody responding to these, but they're not even responding. She hasn't responded to anybody since the first day on Friday where she's like, hear ya. It's really weird. It seems like it's created just for engagement. You know, if you create a chat room and you just say, go there, but you never go there. Like, I don't go there. Yeah, go to the room. I put you in the room. Go to the room. We'll talk. And then it's really weird. And then for her to kind of go this far deep and just do this. No, the MGB, not MBG, MGB. But it's like, I still don't understand this whole, like, welcome you to the community. Like, she's the boss. Like, let her do something first before you start welcoming her. Like, it's just so weird. They're like this. I feel that they're so nervous that she's going to, like, this. And I don't know if I said this on my show, but I feel that they're afraid of her. They fear her because she don't know anything. Asha doesn't know. Asha doesn't know. She doesn't know anything. And I think they're trying to show that they are some sort of community so that she doesn't shut it all down on them. That's what I think. I don't know what you think, but I think that as an Xbox fan, whatever this community is of I don't know, they're nervous because they think that they want to kind of, they're tweeting at her, we're the community, welcome to the community, welcome, 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 because they don't want her to come in and go, yo, it's crickets here, man. We're not making... And what they're not realizing is that she is not in it to make friends with you. She's not here to make friends with you. Like, people, this is the thing that I couldn't understand all week. It's like, she was not appointed by Phil. She was not appointed by Sarah. Phil did not appoint Sarah. She was appointed by the one person that you disliked the most in Satya. Satya was the one who appointed her. And Satya doesn't know anything about games. And he put her, who has no history with games, in charge of games. So, explain to me, if they cared about Xbox so much, why would Satya appoint her to this? That's what I need to know. I don't know why. Like, and I think they're nervous. I think that they are nervous that she is going to go, there's nothing here, shut it down. I feel that she is, and they're trying to say, we're the community. Hear me out. Let me know. We're here. Don't shut us down. There's people living here. You know, it's like going into a dilapidated home and saying, no, we still live here. That's what's going on. What happened to my... Holy shit on me! AK Dusensible with the 50 bomb! Holy crap! I just saw my whole chat just went away. It was all just members. Yo, he's taking everybody to the freaking balcony. Holy shit! AK cooking. Oh man, where's my freaking? I don't know what my songs are anymore. I'm so flabbergasted. This is craziness. Holy crap! Welcome all the VIPs. We're going to the balcony. Oh, man. Welcome, VIPs. Shout out to Dude AK, man. He brought the gasoline to put on the fire. He's like, watch it burn. Let's cook. Asha don't know. Asha don't know. And Tats and Bikes with a 5. Ow! We're bringing people to the balcony this month. He wants me to tweet out that. Oh, that's it, man. You're right. She didn't respond to me. Well, we see what happens. I got to hold to my. That's it. I got to hold to my promise. Yo. That's it. You know what's cooking now. I got to tweet AI Asha. There it is. There it is. I got to do my part. You hit it. Tats and EK. Tats and EK, man. You hit it. That's it. We're doing it live. There it is. We hit the goal. You guys did it. Asha, I'm coming for you, baby. There it is, Asha. Here we go. Let's see if I can tweet it. She didn't block me already. You guys asked for it. I got to tweet Asha and ask her if she'll bring back FanFest. Why not? This whole crew over here brought back FanFest. So I'm going to see. And I'm going to reply to her. And I'm going to reply. I'm going to tweet at Asha. I got to do it. I got you. You guys did it. And I got to, where's my creative tweet? There it goes. At Asha. Now we're going to do this live. This is what happened. You guys hit the membership goal? The VIP goal? Now hit that subscribe button too. We're almost at 3,200 subscribers. Asha. Now that, wait a second. This does say, now that you met the community. This is my tweet. Asha, now that you met the community, can you please bring back Xbox FanFest? That's what the VIPs wanted. That's what you're getting. Now that you met the Xbox community, can you please bring back Xbox FanFest? There you go, grinders. You earned it. You guys earned it. Shout out to AK and Tats and Bikes. You guys earned it. Wait. Oh, wait. Whoa. Retro guys. No, that's the next goal. Wait. So what do you want the next goal to be? That's at 200 VIPs. What do you want that? Hey, I'm going to tweet her again until she blocks me. What's the next one? So now that you met the Xbox community, can you, and hit that like button too. That's right, AK. AK, this is, you made this happen. Oh, yeah, you're right. You've met. Thank you for the grammar check, Big Dick Rick. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Big Dig Rig. The Big Dig Rock. Holy crap, dude. Yo, pause on that one. His name was Big Dick Rick. Sorry, Big Dig Rock. Big Dig Rock. Oh, man. No. Yo, I know Big Dick, right? You've met. Thank you. I had to say, now that you've met. Can you please bring back Xbox FanFest? And then we'll curate our next tweet to her at the next membership one. Now we got to say, so I'm going to send this Slinks. Slinks on that one.
Like Zoink.
No titty. Big Dig Rock. I was like, oh, shit. I written dog Alba Gouchard. That was I already tweeted it at. There it is. Sending from the Gaming Grindhouse. Thank you. Now we got our next one. So we tweeted at Asha AI if she'll bring back FanFest. Now what do we want the next one to be? We'll tweet at Asha AI and ask her, what's the next game you want? We'll say, I asked her about Perfect Dark. She said no. Pause. What is the next thing we should do? Well, let me know. We'll add the next goal to what I'll tweet Asha at. Now that she met the Xbox community, I think she needs to bring back Xbox FanFest. Right? That's right. So there you go. Oh, I forgot. Okay. What's the Odyssey port you wanted me to ask her? It's going to get Dusty. Ask her to do Dusty Bin? Well, I don't know. We'll tweet Asha AI. That's the next goal will be we'll tweet Asha AI something that you agree upon as the VIPs. But there you go. But we already hit that one goal. I did it. I held up my part of the bargain. You guys held up your part of the bargain with the VIPs. I tweeted Asha live. Thank you, Asha. Good luck. Asha doesn't know. You want to know why? That's the thing. Asha probably doesn't know what FanFest is. She probably doesn't know who these people are. But they're welcoming her to the community. But yes, exactly. Like somebody said, it's a dilapidated house. And they're like, no, people live here. The bums with Xbox, we live here. And that's exactly what it is. Like Asha's coming around. Asha's showing up with the friggin' the friggin' bulldozer. Asha's showing up with the bulldozer. And the Xbox community is like, no, we live in this dilapidated house. We still live here. Asha's like, whoa, there's people inside. There's people inside. I'm going to knock this shit down. Asha's like, I'm taking down the house of Xbox. And then the community is screaming on Twitter going, no, welcome. We're here to welcome you. They're hanging out the windows. They're like, welcome, Asha. We live here. She's like, whoa, shut the bulldozers. Whoa, wait, there's people inside. She's like, I thought Phil just gave me a dilapidated house. I'm ready to knock this shit down. No, we want exclusives, Asha. Asha, we want exclusives. Bring Xbox back. Whoa. They're screaming from the rooftops over there. Who are those people? We're the Xbox community. We live here. I thought this was a dilapidated Xbox home. She's like, whoa, there's bums inside there. Hold on, there's bums. Dude, that's crazy. No, we want to be your friend, Asha. Well, come inside. She's like, I'm not going into that piece of shit house. No, come inside, Asha. We a community. Come on in. Come into our bum Xbox house. She's like, whoa, wait a second. She's like, whoa. I was just about to knock this shit down and go to lunch. No, the community's here. And that's what I think's going on. They're screaming at her. Like, let me give you some tips, like what Phil did. Because they don't want to miss out on the goodies. Because they know if the goodies stop, if they stop getting those goodies, then their loyalty is gone. Because the only reason why they're loyal is because of the goodies. It's not because of the games. It's not because of the support for the Xbox console that they all love. Because the first thing they told Asha to do was bring games back to Xbox. What about all this PC love and day and date, more people to play? We all win, grab an ass, we all win. What happened? What happened to all this? What happened to all this? Look, Dusty Bin. Anywhere is a great place to play. Look, what happened to all this glazing? And then Dusty Bin is all over the place. Look at this. Dude be hyping up Cyberpunk. They're teasing. Melissa McDoodles is teasing Cyberpunk for Game Pass. Game was like $3. Cyberpunk for Game Pass. Coming to Game Pass. And Dusty Bin stopped his cookies. He stopped calling Target.
Dusty Bin called Target for that one Xbox console in October 19. He checked stores on Thanksgiving, not staying at home. And now Xbox got beaten by the next play gun to Goo Goo Gadget Toy. What are we doing here? Dusty Bin.
What are we doing here, Dusty Bin? He... A huge get for Game Pass. Dude, Cyberpunk, first off, was on sale for like $5. Game Pass went up 2 times in the time that Cyberpunk has been available. $30 for Game Pass. And then he says a huge get for Game Pass. It's been in PlayStation Plus since July of 2025. It went in there 2025, and I went back. Dusty Bin didn't say anything. Silence.
Like zoinks.
Oh, but if it's a get for Game Pass, that's a get. Why is that a get? But it wasn't a get when PlayStation put it in Plus over a year ago in July. Like, this is what I mean. The weird ass, just weird. And then we got it coming here like, here we go. What Asha doesn't know. This whole thing with this exclusive, we'll talk about exclusives. I'm going to get into exclusives. Then they're all exposed in the friggin' exclusives. But this is what I mean. Asha doesn't know. Look at what Phil Spencer said when he showed up over a decade ago. How humbled Xbox will return to its roots, take over E3, and win back its core fans. That was the cover when Phil Spencer took over in April 4, 2014. And Asha says the same thing. This is where I mean. It's like Phil did it after Donnie D. Asha coming in here. Phil is the great. Nobody has interviewed Phil. Nobody has talked to Phil. Nobody, the legacy that he has is forgotten. For the amount of interviews that he did, the fact that he went out with a whimper is still perplexes the gaming grindhouse to this day. Still perplexes me for the fact that this guy, we told him, Phil, stop talking. He went out in a whimper. He stood in the middle of that thing and said, "Hey, Asha, take over Xbox. All right, I'm out of here. Bye." No interviews. Bootleg didn't get him. No interviews with The Verge. No interviews with Tom Warren. No interviews with Variety. Phil, talk about your legacy. Phil, why are you leaving Xbox after all these years? Why are you handing it off to Asha? Is Asha qualified for this? Phil, what have you talked to Asha about to make sure that Xbox continues to say? Phil, what have you done? Nothing. Nada. Nothing. He went out, just boop. That's it. Booty got nothing to say. Yeah, it was great working with Phil. Sarah Bond ghosted, man. She's gone. Like she never existed. It was like, who that? She was giving tours of CNN, showing them the friggin' the testing room, showing them the fake airport. Nothing. But what I was saying before the bomb drop of AK and then Tats, the thing is that Asha is responding because she don't know. And if you see in her responses, she responds in me and booty. Me and my booty getting all ready for school. That's Asha. The community's welcoming her, but she's running around going, me and my booty getting all ready to play. Me and my booty. That's what she running around. You rang? Booty Gump. I don't know, Asha. I was running. Booty Gump, what are you talking about? I thought it was about the games. Booty, get over here. Asha, I want to call you Jenny. It's like, no, don't call me Jenny. My name's Asha. But I like Jenny. It's like, no, Booty, stop it. It's like me and my booty. That's what she's running around with. All her responses with me and booty gonna do. You go, booty. Yo, let's get some opinions on this booty cheeks. The name says enough. Dude, Forrest Gump, booty cheeks. Let's talk about booty. Who wants to talk about booty cheeks? Me and my booty. Where's the booty quote? Let's hear what they had to say about the booty cheeks. I need to hear this. That's a song. Me and my booty. Me and my booty. Dude. This is what, oh my God. Yo, there's so much that I just wanted to friggin' rant about this shit, man.
Leadership system there.
Listen to these guys.
The board has stayed the same over the last 18 months for all these layoffs. You would
yeah,
think.
Well, all those acquisitions. Bring some Activision Blizzard people into that mix. Bring some bastards in, as we were saying earlier. Bring some people in who get their games out on time and on budget. That from some of the divisions that you've bought, rather than, you know, I actually think Matt Booty's a really nice man. I think he's a really good guy, but he's probably proceeded over one of the most.
Yeah, we are 100%. How he's still there is amazing, right? I mean, I was told about 10 years ago, whatever, Shuhei Yoshida's demotion, right? You know, when he was moved to run indie games, he was head of Worldwide Studios.
Yeah.
Someone at PlayStation told me ahead of it happening that too many games had been delayed during PS4 era, and if Uncharted 4 didn't come out on time, that would be the last straw. And they delayed it, and then shortly afterwards, it was announced his new position. You just can't imagine something like that happening at Xbox, right? Halo Infinite. Could there be more pivotal, like for them, delay than a new Halo game?
Delay, and also
how the fuck did that happen? How was that allowed to happen?
It was on the cardboard box.
On the box.
Series X.
How was that allowed to happen? And yet, seemingly, no head rolled for that.
It doesn't even need to be, you know, even if it's a case of what I find mad about it. Okay, I feel like I'm picking on Matt a little bit, but what I find a little bit mad about it is that that was a mistake. And there's been constant other mistakes, Redfall and all these sort of mistakes. And he keeps getting promoted upwards. He's now in charge of Bethesda and Activision.
I just, for me, it's not even about someone getting the boot. It's if you are the person who's ultimately responsible for the studios and you've just presided over that many games being cancelled, by hook or by crook, I think even if you're not being forced to walk the plank, you sort of go, I've got a big old parachute here, I'm going to fall on my sword. Symbolically for the executive team, almost to say one of us is also going as well. It's insane to me.
It's standards, isn't it? Coming back to the culture thing about your company getting bought by a big corporation, it's standards. So well.
I said this before. Under Matt Booty and Phil Spencer, they destroyed all their franchises with delays and just not quality games that came out that just were not ready. I showed you Starfield. Like, who managed that? And right before that was Redfall, saying, well, we're not. And they announced 30 frames in Redfall and got destroyed, and they still launched it anyway. CFDs with no content. They're all on the Booty's watch, man. Booty been all this stuff. Halo being delayed, showing Craig, allowing Craig. Like, Halo wasn't going to be delayed until they showed Craig. And then everybody laughed saying Halo does not look good. And 343 tried to friggin' defend it, and it wound up that they delayed Halo because of the reaction. That's the thing. That's the craziest part. 7 years for Crackdown, Retro Gaming Guy. Exactly. Halo was not going to be delayed. It was when they showed it and they got the reaction that they got made them delay the game. They were going full speed ahead because they chose to show Craig and that become a meme because the game looks so bad. It was them that decided to show it and said Craig's our mascot and all this other shit. They did it. And then the people reacted to it, and they're like, it's the palette, it's the lighting, it's all this. And then they delayed the game. They delayed it as a reaction to people going, we don't want this. And when they delayed the game, it still didn't even have co-op in it. That came a year after that. That's how horrible Matt Booty is overseeing these studios. It is garbage. And he's now the one who's there to tell Asha what gaming is about. It's the blind leading the blind, and that's exactly what it is. He has no friggin' clue about executive level. He was just reporting to Phil saying,
I'm more surprised at that leadership system.
Phil, there's nothing going on. We're good, Phil. We're good. We're good. We're good, Phil. Don't deal with it.
What is it?
Well, yeah, I got this clown next. We're good, Phil. It's fine. And they wanted to release it. They were going to release it. But Matt Booty's the one that's showing Asha about gaming because she has no clue. But the thing is that I don't think she even cares because she was hired by Satya. There's a reason why Satya took none of the Xbox legacy and put them in that position. He took his own plant, and then she hired an AI person as her chief of staff. So she could say we're not throwing AI because she doesn't know. And I said her responses to Bootleg Jez article and all those articles and stuff like that was of somebody who's just like, you go into a Michelin star restaurant, you who's not a chef, and then I'm going to put all ingredients in front of you. And I'm going to say, what are you going to make with it? And you'll be like, I don't know. I can make this. I can make that. Like, is it going to be good? I don't know. Like, you don't know. Anything is open now with all these ingredients because you don't know. But if you ask the chef, what would you do with these ingredients? They will be like, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make a side of this and a this and this and that. Yeah, because they know what's going on. Asha doesn't know. So she's just asked. She's just like, I don't know. Anything's on the table until it's not. I don't know. Like I said on Thrifty Show, shout out Thrifty. Go to your parents and ask them how they will save Xbox. Well, they put exclusive games on PC. Maybe they should put exclusives back. That's a good answer, Dad. And that's what you say. Oh, maybe I hear you, maybe. It's all just hearsay. She don't know. And the only person she has to show her the ropes is Matt friggin' Booty, the guy who fell upwards, who all these franchises have been delayed and destroyed by under his watch of making great games. That he actually made games so bad that Phil friggin' Spencer said great games don't do anything because Booty had convinced them that we're never going to make great games. It is absolutely insane. And what is she going to turn around? She's going to make exclusives back. What is she going to do? Satya hyping up PlayStation on his about the sales about it. And what? She's just going to come in and say, yeah, you want to know what? Nah, we're not going to do that anymore. What's his name? This article. The big meeting. Just to kind of highlight some of the Asha doesn't know. Look. And they're reading too much into it. They're welcoming her to the community without kind of waiting and seeing what's going on. We're going to start with console and make sure we understand that that is our reference experience. Like, yo, I'm going to tell you this right now. She is speaking about the new one. That's what people don't get. She is speaking, she's not talking about bring the series consoles back. She is talking about the next Xbox Magnus, that PC Xbox, is going to be their reference device, just like Surface, for the OEMs to make theirs. That's what it is. So when she says start with console, she's not talking about the old school Xbox. She's there. Her job right now is to prep everybody for the launch of the future of Xbox, which is AI PC and the Xbox full screen experience. If you listen to the way she responds, she's not talking about bringing back the series consoles or the 360. She's talking about bringing on this Xbox Magnus. Like, that's what you're talking about. She's brought on to transition them into the Xbox PC. Asha doesn't know. She don't know. And Bootleg spins it in all these other things. Phil Spencer. It's our 25th anniversary this year. A quarter century. Phil, you're not around. Horrible. Introducing Asha, Phil Spencer said he was blown away by Sharma's intelligence, her drive, and willingness to immediately get to work. He noted that Sharma is product-driven and player-driven, closing with, I have a ton of confidence that what Asha is going to do. Let's see what he says here. She kisses his ass. He kisses her ass. She said, Sarah, you'll be missed. You've been a key part of Xbox's history. Oh, man. Oh, my God. And there's our 3 commitments. The first, this is what we said this. Down, great games. Secondly is the return to Xbox. We're going to start with the console, and make sure we understand that that's our reference experience. Yeah. The new one. Not this one. Not exclusive. Not this one. The new one. It's the Surface team. The Surface was a reference device for other OEMs. Like, people. And there you go. This is her showing that she has no clue. As we think about the road ahead, it's not going to be me or any one person. It's not going to be her because she has no clue. It's going to be the team Xbox. We will not be the studios or platform or marketing or operations. We will be Team Xbox. We'll get through this together.
Is that a deal? No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags.
Tats and Bikes, remember 4 months. VIP grinding goes, I can't wait for Asha to bring back exclusives and a new Xbox console with Satya's money. Yeah. Satya, we're going to take you away. She blew him away in their first meeting. Oh, Crooked Vulture. Nice. Is Xbox hitting all the right notes? Oh, my God. Bootleg, please. In closing, she emphasized her plan to meet every team across Xbox and learn about the key areas Xbox is struggling with, while describing her goal to build Xbox for the next 25 years and her willingness to re-examine some Xbox decisions. Yeah, re-examine. Where's that part? Where's the re-examine? Did she say that in a quote? Where's the re-examining part? Second Xbox. We meet players. So how do we start with the console? And then the next, we meet players where they are, build experiences that are instant and seamless. And third, we are living through an unprecedented ever change. We build for the future of play. Yeah. She has no freaking clue what she's talking about. Play. She said you just started to do this world. But she don't know. That's why she's saying it's a team. See, listen, those are the things that you need to pick out. It's not just me. Where Phil made it just him. It's a team because she needs Booty and everybody to carry her because she does not know. So what do you think about the lead? Yo, she's coming in here going, yo, you need to show me what's going on here. I do not know. But what she's doing is all the wrong thing. She's using that parasocial shit. She's glazing the hell out of them already. Leading them on, and again, they're set up for disappointment. And you want to know what I got before we get to Pack Attack? This one, I want to that Maddie Plays video clip. I want to just play that one because he says it at the thing. Like they are just nobody's approaching with caution, and this is what's happening. People like bootleg. See, this is what I mean. And this is how that feeds into each other, right? Paris. We meet players where they are and build experiences. That says to me, it might start with console, but the multi-platform strategy isn't changing. And they want their games available where you want to play. And then Cobra comes in. Again, dude, I don't know. I don't know what, like... How much? I don't know. Xbox could build the best console in the world at the most competitive price available. Cobra.
Very into this. A bump in the road comes, and she's be sarcastic. I won't be coming back until Saturday when you leave. She's gonna try to stop me, but she can't run those little high heels. Never.
I don't get it, Gary. I don't get it. I don't know, man. I don't know what's in that glazing juice. They could build the best console in the world at the most competitive price available. Dude, they increased the price of the piece of shit Series S and X consoles twice last year. Out the competitive themselves. They made themselves the most competitive. They made themselves the highest price console with no improvements. They made themselves more expensive than the Pro, which is a whole friggin' better graphics than the X. What do you mean they're making the most? Why would they do that if they haven't done it with the shit that's on shelves right now? I don't. This hope and dreams that all of a sudden Xbox is gonna wake up from this slumber of like, yeah, we've been doing everything wrong. Like, you know, we shouldn't have increased our prices of the services and console. That's why it's not selling. We shouldn't have put our games on PC. That's why it made the console not worth it. We should have made sure these games were better quality because just throwing them out in Game Pass and increasing the price wasn't a good idea. You know, spending $80 billion to keep things the same and then make Call of Duty the worst it's ever been, we should not have done that. Like, what world Yeah, they could. And they probably could, but they didn't. And that should be like, whoa. That's the crazy part. And you're on that wall of the community, Cobra. You're on the wall of the community. And you have a great idea that nobody listened to you, and they could have done that, and they didn't. They a $1 trillion company. I remember they bought Activision with couch change. They fell on the couch. Everybody's like, $80 billion. Oh, they could write that off over a weekend. They got all the money in the world. Now all of a sudden, we need to get our money back. Well, what happened? Phil bought Activision with the money that he found in the couch cushions. What happened? All of a sudden now Microsoft's poor, needs to make money. What? They were Scrooge McDuck when they were buying Activision and Blizzard and ZeniMax. They had all the money in the world. The write-off. What's up, Jay? It was a write-off. And they're still charging you more money. They increased the price of Game Pass to $30 a month. They increased the price of the console due to marketing conditions twice. Didn't even put it on sale for the holidays. And after seeing all that, you say they could build the best console and be competitive price available. They're not even doing it with what's on shelves right now. The trajectory of Xbox ecosystem won't change for the better if you don't start to rebuild your brand identity by offering experiences and games only on Xbox. Console, cloud, and PC. Dude, they did that for a decade. A decade. They put their games on console, cloud, and PC since 2017. And this is where they are now. That like I don't understand. Like what revisionist history are we doing here? They've did this for a decade. I don't get it. I don't know where this hope comes from. I have no clue. And you think Asha is going to erase the 10 years of bad decisions? Because those were preceded by 5 years of bad decisions before that. And now they're left with this. This is what Asha got to work with. You want to see what Asha got to work with? Cobra, this is what Asha's working with right now. Bring Xbox brand back, he says. Dude. T-Dog went to go buy Resident Evil on Xbox at Target. This is pathetic, man. There's no games. Dude, they got controllers and some cards. Look at this, even where the games would be. This is what Asha working with. She's bringing back Xbox. There she is. Asha, get to work. Asha doesn't know yet. Wait, Asha, go walk around this store.
Here is Danny, and today, so I am in the Media Markt. There is tons of PlayStation, a bunch of Nintendo, more PlayStation, but then if you come here, this is the entire Xbox section. Barely any games. Wow, that's so sad. Look at the amount of different PlayStation things. PlayStation. And those are the games. 10 out of 10. Here is Danny and today.
Asha. Exhibit A, B, C, and D, Asha. Asha doesn't know yet. Wait till she walks into a store and says, where's our section of Xbox game? Oh, Asha. That's why she's talking like she don't know. And guess what? I'm going to tell you a spoiler. This is not a prediction. It's a spoiler. She doesn't want to know. She doesn't care. She don't care about this. What she's there for, and I know some people think that she's there for a few years. I'm telling you, she is there to lead the product with the Xbox PC. That is what she's doing. She is basically the accelerator pack to lead the next Xbox PC. They thought Sarah was going to be that, but she flopped hard with the ROG Ally, and Satya said no. Asha is put in there to glaze the fans and to lead them to the promised land of Xbox PC Windows Store. That is it. She's not there to go learn about the 360 and what made the 360 great. I'm telling you now, and just like the last 5-6 years you've been listening to this channel, Asha is the product person, just like Phil said, she's the product person to bring in the new era of Xbox PC. That's what she is. She's not there for exclusives. When you hear about us saying, oh, we're going to bring Xbox back to the console, because that Xbox Magnus, she's going to try to pretend that that is a real console, but it's not. It's going to be a PC in wolf's clothing and an Xbox clothing. That's what's going to happen. That's what it is. But she's a product launcher and a product developer. She's a personality that gets hype behind products and then probably leaves. She's basically going to keep the lights on and lead this new product. Just like how Sarah glazed the friggin' Xbox ROG Ally. The whole, this is an Xbox, that's not an Xbox. This is our Xbox ROG Ally. Asha's doing that with the next console that's coming out next year. That's her job. That's her job. But these guys are sitting here thinking like she's going to like undo Phil. She's going to undo what Phil did. And here you go. Look at this person. Oh, wait, no, that's not for this one yet. And then they just hire this. Xbox platform to hire here they go with the job postings. 2 senior marketing leaders, hinting at a strategy shift. Like, am I the only one? I think you guys see this. What strategy shift? They are launching a new. They are taking Xbox console and turning it into the Xbox experience. You don't see any updates for the console hardware. They didn't even make a new mid-gen refresh. They didn't even put more memory in them ever since they increased the price. No new skins for the Xbox console. They have done nothing for the Xbox console at all. They made it hard to find. Dusty bin calling targets. They're not embracing that ecosystem anymore. They are moving to play anywhere, and they're going to give you basically a Trojan horse of a quote-unquote console, but it's going to be a PC. And Mike Ybarra says it best right here. Which, by the way, I don't think Ybarra said anything about Sarah or anything, or Asha. Oh, I know. Here's a guy. Mike Ybarra says 7,000 games, largest place that third parties will have lower, higher hardware options, 500 to 5,000. A games return policy that allows, he's talking about Steam. He's hyping up Steam, right? Now, Maya Texos, if my Xbox has Steam, why would I get one of these Steam machines? And here's Ybarra. And this is exactly the problem that's going to be hard to market. And her job is to Trojan horse this stuff. Ybarra says, well, because on an Xbox with PC, you'll be running Windows with Teams, Copilot, ads, driver updates, and more. SteamOS is a game changer here. Over the years, Windows has sadly moved more and more away from a good gaming OS. And that's Asha's job in a nutshell. Her job is to convince you to buy Windows as a quote-unquote gaming machine with the Xbox experience and trying to get you to buy from the Windows Store. That's Asha's job. That's why Asha doesn't know. And Asha doesn't want to know. And the community could go tell her what she should do, but she won't. Because her job is to launch a product. She's a product launcher. That's what she did with Core AI, and she got AI in the name. She's there to launch this next Xbox as a quote-unquote console and PC clothing. As a PC and Xbox console clothing. and that community put in the banner up there, that parasocial stuff, she's going to string them along going, oh, the console's the most important thing, the console, and they're going to love it. Meanwhile, she's double talking them. She's not talking about the series console. She's not talking about the 360. She's not talking about the Xbox. She's talking about the PC dressed as an Xbox. Just keep in mind when you see her quotes, if you do. But that's what it is. She's just exactly social journalist. I think she's there for the launch, and she goes. She's a launch. They're launching the Surface Xbox. Dude, you bought a Dell. Because this is the reason why I say this. It's not only to bring over whatever Xbox fans they are. Not to bring over the Xbox fans, but it's also to convince the OEMs that this is something for them. So she is marketing to Dell, Acer, all of them to show them a reference device of what they should be building and call an Xbox. Their Xbox console. Mini towers that go on your TV. The problem is Microsoft has to develop a way of how to control that. Because the controller sucks. Steam Big Picture is the best thing, and they're not even close to that. And even that, you still can't use. You have to use keyboard and mouse. So, those are the issues that she's facing. But she's also marketing to the OEMs. Easy Tone, a member of 11 months, he goes, the lie about Phil's planned retirement is so obvious. You don't make big changes of leadership that big with no plan. No big company works that way. Exactly. The whole way that Phil left without this formal handoff and this presentation and him having to say like a big goodbye and handing it over. Dude, he said it in an article to Bootleg Jez. That's what he said it to. They didn't speak to anybody else. No public announcement on Xbox Wire. No her. Well, no, not even Xbox. This is the other crazy thing. Not even Xbox themselves at Xbox. Not even the Xbox website themselves, Xbox Wire, welcoming Asha to Xbox. They had the community dudes like kind of create something for her. The official Xbox Wire didn't even introduce her as the next leader of Xbox. She's the president of Windows Gaming. But this is all parasocial glazing that she's doing right here. And she's going far deep because guess what? She knows she don't care. She don't care if she hurts Cobral's feelings. She don't know any of these people. She don't care. Oh, you gave me a banner? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll put it on the thing. Yeah, that's a good way to get in with the community. Whatever. Because they're going to celebrate my message. So I need them. She knows how that works. She's not going to care when she pulls the plug on them all. She don't care. Her job is to launch a product. And if she could string these suckers along with her to kind of buy an Xbox and say it's a PC and say it's an Xbox, then that's great. That's what they benefit her. Just like they all ran around. What happened to the ROG being an Xbox? Well, that died off real quick, didn't it? The ROG Ally X, that was their Xbox. I don't see anybody talking about sales of that thing or this is my console. I haven't seen any. Since it launched, dude, that thing had so much hype behind it as an Xbox console. This is an Xbox. After it launched, nobody talks about it anymore. That's not a console anymore. That's, it's just a PC handheld. That's all it is. That's all it ever was. But they had all these guys talking about that this is their next Xbox. Retro Gaming Guy with the 2, he goes, all these bots need a Narcan because they are on drugs. Yeah, dude, I agree. I don't know. Like, I understand to like the brand Xbox and what it does and the franchises that it produces. But this kind of like just kissing the feet of somebody who you don't even know, it's just craziness. It is absolutely like, look, you go to Xbox Wire. Not even the official Xbox Wire announced Shama here. There's no announcement of her at all on the Xbox Wire news. Dude, Phil Spencer's gone. Don't you think that's some news here? They got the stupid ROG Ally up here. The official Xbox podcast. I guess they didn't do one. Oh. Easy Tone with the 5. Speaking of Ybarra, did you see him say Sony pulled from PC because they're smart enough to know Steam Machine is much of a threat? FAFO. Yeah, we'll get into that now. Hit that like button, grinders, because now we're getting into the exclusives. And here you go, Asha. This is what you're working with. Asha doesn't know. Look at this. Asha doesn't know. Asha. What do you see the numbers, Asha? Resident Evil Requiem, sales split. PS5, 54%. PC, 36. 6 on Xbox, 4 on the Switch. Like, this whole putting the games everywhere. Again, we're going to talk about exclusives now, grinders. We're going to talk about exclusives. The thing is, everyone is different. PC has different likes than consoles and mobile and Switch. They play different games. So just be throwing games over there. You may get one or two that may hit with that audience, but they're not all going to hit. You know, that's the thing. And to think, Nintendo had like the exclusive Resident Evil 0, like, you know? Because they don't play that on the Switch 2. They don't play Call of Duty on the Switch 2. Hence why we haven't seen Call of Duty on the Switch 2. That audience does not play those games. But you could sit here and be the Glazing Paris and all them going like, but everybody should play everywhere. Dude. Just because you put it there doesn't mean it's going to be successful and worth the squeeze. Just because you're porting it over there doesn't mean Xbox has been doing it for 10 years. Have their games blew up on the charts because now they're shipping on Xbox consoles and PC Steam? Because at first they weren't doing Steam. Have they blown up? Have they been on the top sell? No, it didn't take them to pay $80 billion and buy games already up there to show that their name was up there. Dude, they put Sea of Thieves on PC and console. Crackdown 3 was on PC and console. Were they on the charts because they were in more places? No. So just by putting their games somewhere does not mean it's worth the turn-up. The turnaround. And is it worth losing your brand identity? Like, you know, go and again, I've always said exclusives matter. And I never understood why Microsoft had to do day and date on PC. It made no sense. It made no sense. Why can't you put it on the console for a little bit and then change it? Right? I don't know what happened to the 10-year deal. Nintendo lost it. It's almost they're going to have a 5-year deal soon. Next year, they're going to have a 5-year deal. I don't know what's going on with it. And this is the thing I'm going to start with exclusives. Right? Let me start with
customer.
If you are a platform maker, you make a platform. You also make software for that platform to support it. That software takes advantage of the hardware because that is your hardware with their software. Just look at Apple with iPad. And look at Google and Samsung. You know? Google even made their own Pixels so they could control their software because Samsung took over the Google and just made it their own Android and made their own overlay and all that other stuff. But Apple makes the hardware and the software work together optimized. That's why you look at those chips, you look at those laptops. Just look at Windows laptop versus an Apple laptop. An Apple laptop has the best battery life. The software and the hardware go hand in hand. Go look at a Dell computer and a Windows operating system. Battery life sucks. They're fighting against each other because it's Dell's hardware and Microsoft software. It's software built for everybody and thrown on every hardware. Whereas Apple's, it's made for those devices. Just like the iPad store versus the Google Android store. So when you have exclusives, your first-party software takes advantage of the first-party hardware. We're seeing it now, PSSR 2. and PSSR and all the those things, the features, the DualSense, all the things that they made, their games will support it and be an example for other people to use. So exclusives are not just nanny boo boo, you got to buy my system to play my games, because that's what the internet and friends, these exclusive guys on PC and stuff like that, it's like and what's crazy is that they don't admit, but like these ports that come to PC, you could have a 4090 burning up your system and your game runs like shit with stuttering. Just because you have a kick-ass computer doesn't mean that the game is going to work great. So let's not just talk about like, oh, you prefer to play. You're being more of a console fanboy than the console fanboys are. Like, that's what you don't realize. These PC guys that want day and date, all they're doing is they want other people's games on their preferred platform. That sounds like a plastic box warrior to me, doesn't it? That sounds like a Nintendo dude saying, why can't Sonic be on my system? Like these PC guys crying about day and date, I want their games on my system, because you don't want to go buy a PlayStation. You don't want to go buy a Switch. You don't want to go buy an Xbox. So that sounds like a you problem. That doesn't sound like a great gaming solution problem. That sounds like a you problem. You prefer to play on PC. So you want those games day and date because that's where you want to play. Well, fuck you. It's not about you. So that's the problem that we have here. These guys are coming around trying to glaze everybody, going, it's better for everybody. No, you just want it because it's better for you. Because if you look at the real numbers and you look at what these games are doing on other platforms, they're not blowing up the world, dude. They're not blowing up the world. Just because they put a game on Steam with billions of people, the game's not selling billions. So who are we kidding? Oh, but Steam has so many people. Just put your game on Steam and watch it blow up. No. It's not going to, because there's so much competition. And those people on the PC want different games. Sometimes they want different games. They're different people. World of Warcraft is not on console. Am I crying? Are you crying? What about more people to play our games? World of Warcraft is owned by Microsoft. Where are the cries to put it on console so everybody plays, we all win? Where are the cries? And the thing is if you have a preferred platform, that's fine. That's your choice. And when you make that choice, the games that are on that choice is part of your choice. I'm not going to go buy a PlayStation and cry that World of Warcraft is not on it, because I knew when I bought the PlayStation, World of Warcraft won't be on it. Just like when you bought a PC, you're not buying it to play Wolverine Day One, or you're not buying it to play GTA. That's your decision. That's your choice. And I didn't hear this choice when Sarah Bond was talking about exclusives. It was all justification of why it should be exclusive. Starfield should be exclusive. They spent $7 billion. They got to get their money back. Nobody was saying it's better for the industry to have Starfield on PlayStation or Starfield on a Switch. And what's crazy is that Starfield on a Switch and PlayStation probably made more sense because the install base was friggin' huge. But meanwhile, Phil said the PC audience was large enough to overcompensate not putting it on PlayStation. That was Phil's defense of why it should have been exclusive. Oh, we have enough people on PC that it would be okay with not putting it on PlayStation. Remember that? Did anybody push back? Did anybody say, Phil, but wait, more people play, we all win? Yeah, no, nobody. Everybody's like, oh, great decision, Phil. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. It makes so much sense. that here it is. Oh, it's about you getting to subscribe for Game Pass. And in the end, you do that. And it adds value to the service. Starfield is going to be exclusive. Oh. But when Sony wants to make games exclusive, it's you should put your games everywhere. Where's the logic of adding value to the console? Adding value to their ecosystem? Where's that? Why does that logic don't work for Sony? Dusty Bin. Indiana Jones will not be on Xbox. Exclusive. Starfield will. What do you think? Really? Starfield being a brand new IP, I see it being 100% exclusive. Why you should be against Starfield being exclusive? Why? Why is it not? And I loved when they said exclusive, but it was coming on PC. This is the hypocrisy. Exclusives, legacy IPs, multiplayer titles will continue to be multi-platform. In the long-term play, $7.5 billion is an investment, and it adds value to their hardware and services, which is exactly what exclusives do. So why is it a mistake? Right? Here we go again. If the future games like Elder Scrolls and Starfield are not exclusive to Xbox, then what was the point of the acquisition? The point is to add value to Game Pass and incentive to purchase Xbox hardware. That's why you have exclusive content. Yeah, facts. So then why are we here?
I will say, why? Why is that the case? Is it the ports haven't lived up to expectations? Is the quality of the game not lived up to expectations coming over there? Why are PC players not wanting to play single player PlayStation games? My theory is it's because you're waiting 12, 18, 24 months later to actually put the game out on PC. And there's so many other games out there that people want to play. Been there, done that. I'm not going to go back. If you get my point, right? Especially when you're essentially charging me full price for an 18 to 24 month old game. I'm going to go play the new shiny. Just me. I'm just saying. I bet you if PlayStation games came out day and date on PC, they'd still be putting games on PC because the sales would reflect it. Look at Resident Evil Requiem right now. Record numbers on Steam right now. Single player game.
Because of the hype.
Again, the hype. And that's all I'm saying. And I already know there will be people that disagree with me. There's going to be people that are yelling at me, that are upset at me. This is my personal opinion of I would rather see player choice. Play where the hell you want. And this ain't no stupid console war thing. This ain't no, oh, it's a PlayStation. Oh, you're an Xbox guy. And Phil Spencer told you to say this. Phil Spencer didn't tell me nothing. He retired. He gone. This is my opinion. Okay, what I think. I just think for the health of this industry, you should make your game available to as many people as you possibly can. It is as simple as that. So if PlayStation really, and I don't think they're doing this, by the way. I think they're going to slow down. There's going to be a slower cadence, but I don't think they're completely abandoning PC, just for the record. But worst case scenario, let's just say they did. I personally think that's a mistake because now you need to make sure that those single player games are getting very high attach rates on just your one platform.
Which they are. Gozo Yote, thank you. So Kuma, that's exactly what I'm saying. Gozo Yote, record numbers on one platform. Nintendo got no problem. That's the thing. PlayStation and Nintendo have an ecosystem where when they make a game, they are selling on their platform and they're making tons of sales of their game on the platform. It is. And it adds value to their platform. What happened? This is what I mean. Your personal opinion. What happened to the personal opinion here? Value to Game Pass and purchase Xbox hardware. That's why you have exclusive content. What happened? And then here you go. Look at this. Dude says right here, 100% agree. I bought Ghost of Yote and Death Stranding 2 day one on my PS5. But now Death Stranding 2 is coming to PC again and wanting me to play PC ultra wide. I'm not going to cough up another $70 if on PC. If it were day one launch, I would have bought it. But look at that. That's the power of exclusive games. That's exactly what he's saying. The point is to add value to the hardware, incentivize the purchase. This dude bought the game on the PS5 because it wasn't available on PC. But if it was day and date, he would have bought it on PC. So tell me, how does Sony value their hardware and move their ecosystem if it was on PC day one? This dude said he wouldn't buy those games on he wouldn't buy them on PlayStation. And the other thing that I think everybody kind of deglazes over here is the whole thing is selling a game on the PlayStation Store and selling a game on Steam are not the same returns. Like, so why, if you could sell your game on your storefront and make 100% back and then put it on PC, why would you want to sell? You're supposedly selling so much more on PC. First off, they don't play these kind of games. That's problem number one. That audience plays different games. It's not with hype and all this other shit. What did he just say? What did we just say? Look at Requiem, a third-party game. First off, a third-party game. Look at that PC breakdown, huh? Dude, the PC install base is like 5 times the size of the PlayStation install base. This is the sales split. But those 50, if this was an exclusive game, right? Those 54% of sales go right back into Sony's pocket. Those 36 of PC sales, they got to split it with, they got to cut it Steam. Steam got to get 70, they get it 30%, 20%, what all they get? That's not a full sale. So I would rather than buy from my store, my ecosystem, where I get my money back for my first party game, than sell it on Steam where I got to spend money to port it over there and then lose money because I'm not getting a full sale when I sell it on Steam. Because I got to share my sale with Steam. So not only does it cost you money to put it on and isolate it for all those PCs and make sure it's optimized for all those PCs, but then you're not making your full money back on a sale. Like, I don't understand what's the challenge here. Nobody goes to McDonald's and asks for a burger, a friggin' Burger King. Nobody walks into, nobody's picking up some goddamn $5 headphones from Five Below and going, I wonder if this has the Bose ANC on it. No, that's exclusive to Bose headsets. Nixus is going to help make goddamn PlayStation games great. That's what Nixus is going to do. But the thing is, this whole rumor that's been going around, Nate the Hate said, so just to kind of stem what's going on here, is that Nate the Hate and Jason Schreier is saying that Sony is slowing down their first-party, single-player PC games. They are now not they're going to slow down the ports to PC. When everybody thought that Sony was going to go day and date PC, they are doing the opposite and going the opposite, saying you're going to wait. And think about it. You got Soros, Wolverine, Intergalactic, Santa Monica's game. All single-player, incredible games that are going to attract people to their platform. GTA, but it's not their game. They're cooking right now. And Wolverine, stuff like that, like, they're going to wait until Wolverine is dry. Also, Yote as well. Everybody thought that the Shadows that comes out in a couple of weeks, they were going to announce Yote for PC so PC guys could play Shadows online. It's not PC. It's only on PlayStation. Like, there was a year or two right after Spider-Man 2 where Sony, that service stuff, the ports, they were porting their PS4 games over there. But you got to think about it. Enough is enough that they're like, hey, now we got the games cooking. We got Yote, Saros, round 2, Yote, Saros. Like I mentioned, Intergalactic, Wolverine. Like now they're like, okay. And remember, they got to get you on board the PS5. So when the PS6 comes down 3-4 years from now, you go to that. Why would they want to feed you on PC that maybe you don't? And I remember bringing this up. I'm like, hey, if they keep feeding PC all this shit, people are going to be like, when it comes decision time, they're going to say, I'm going to go get a PC and not PS6. They're basically hurting themselves for any new hardware. Now do that. All right, Shadows. That's right. Is it Shadow? Yeah. Yeah. That comes out in 2 weeks. So, it's passed around Steam Unlocked. Yeah, that's another thing too. The Steam Unlocked and the piracy and stuff. But the main thing is that exclusives matter. And just if exclusives are working for them, and Sony and Nintendo are using exclusives to leverage their system, and they're the ones that are keeping this gaming industry alive. And Xbox is the one that's floundering, who has put Legends. I'm sorry, not Shadows. Legends. I keep thinking Shadows. Legends. Thank you. Legends. Shadows was a freaking Assassin's Creed game. Sorry about that. Legends. That comes out. But they thought that was going to be on PC. It was not. Like, if they're doing fine, then why is Xbox the one that's the floundering around, that they basically, their hardware, you know what? It's not just me saying it. Let's hear what people say about Xbox hardware and tell me how good that PC venture was.
The energy that Xbox Series X has now cannot be the energy that they go forward with, right? They've got to differentiate it, and they've got to find some interesting way to make people want this platform, right? Xbox Series consoles, I would say, are dead. It's over. They are in the position that the Sega Saturn was in when Bernie Stolar came in and stopped it.
How's that day one PC hanging out from Microsoft?
A groundbreaking game. And yes, it's exclusive.
And that's the problem I have. When Microsoft was talking about exclusive, there was all this justification. Oh, yeah, it's good for their business. They spent $7 billion. You got to make it exclusive. There wasn't like, put these games everywhere to better the industry and all this other shit. So that's why I'm saying they're basically Xbox fans under a wolf in sheep's clothing, basically. Right? That's what they are. They're doing exactly what they're trying to do to Phil Spencer. Everybody, everywhere, but when it comes down to it, they really just want Xbox to win. Or their PC, so they don't have to go buy an Xbox. Because that's the thing, when Microsoft, like everybody hated the Xbox. PC guys hated Xbox. It wasn't until Xbox bent the knee and put all their games on PC that they were like, oh my God, that's great. Now Sony should do it. But look at what Xbox is in right now. Look at the situation that it's in. It's putting their games on PlayStation now. Because I guess putting them on a trillion subscribers on Steam didn't work. You're telling me that Microsoft couldn't make their money back by putting the game on Xbox, PC, cloud, that they needed PlayStation to sell their games? Like, think about what you're saying. More people to play their games. Like, they're putting it on PlayStation because the PC world didn't suffice them. And I think he's right. Like, in the sense of, I think Sony looked at the numbers and they're like, these dudes are not buying our games. Like, we're selling them, but they're not, like, they've been died off. Like, that growth on PC, like, it's really just pocket change. Like, it's something, but at what cost? Like, these games are not blowing up on PC. I also think it goes back. This is a crazy thing. I also think it goes back to, remember they said Sony's going to block these games on Steam. And I think with Steam Machine coming in the picture, with Microsoft's push for this new Xbox experience being a PC, why would Sony feed that? Sony's like, no, we're not going to feed another console that's going to sit under a TV next to our PlayStation and play our games. We're going to starve that shit out. And that's what they're doing. And you don't think that these Parises and all these other people talking about, they don't know? Dude, Tom Warren was saying, I'm playing Spider-Man on an Xbox with the ROG Ally X. Now that Steam is going to put something under a TV, and now Xbox is going to be a PC under a TV, you think Sony's going to be like, we're going to feed them Wolverine now and get bullshit. Bullshit. It was nice when Steam was not like Steam machines coming into the house. Whoa. What do you mean you're putting that next to my PlayStation on a TV? Now you're competing with my TV. You were in the office right now, PC Steam. And wait, you're trying to come into the living room and so now the person... Sony's not stupid. Because PlayStation keeps their friggin' lights on. They're not gonna just throw the PlayStation out the window. Because the Sony goes done. They're not stupid. They're going to add relevancy to their hardware and take advantage of the hardware. That's what they're doing. Is it better for consumers? Yeah. Because I don't want to play PC on my TV. I want to have a console to play on a TV. And I want to know when I bought, just like what Phil said back in 2011, you invested in the PlayStation hardware to get the best experience from the PlayStation software. You don't go buy an iPad and go, I'm going to have the best Android experience. No. You buy an iPad knowing that you're going to have the best Apple experience. That goes into your decision making. You know? You don't subscribe to one service, Netflix, and go, why can't I watch HBO? Well, there's an HBO for that one. No, but I want it all in one app. Well, too bad. Not happening. And Jay, Shill, it benefits you as a PlayStation customer. But you went in to buy a PlayStation for those reasons. That's the point. You made the decision based on those games. Just like you buy a PC, if you want a game on PC, you know what games are available. You're not buying it to play GTA. And if you have a PC and you want to play GTA and you don't want to buy a console to play it, that sounds like a you problem. You chose wrong. But you chose what you wanted to do. Play the other games. Play the other games. Where's Half-Life 3? Yeah, where's Half-Life 3? Where's Alyx on my PlayStation VR 2? It's not there. Am I crying about it? Look at all the money that Valve's leaving on the table by not putting Half-Life Alyx in PlayStation VR. Look at all the money they're leaving on the table. No. We even have Phil Spencer sitting there explaining why he didn't put Halo on PlayStation. He's like, when Halo was on Xbox and on PlayStation, look at, like, Phil Spencer said that. He said it why. He goes, nobody asked me why I didn't put it on PlayStation. I'm sure we could have sold a couple of copies. Because the business was the marketing beat and the benefits that it took advantage of Xbox Live. Dude, let it be. Stop whining and complaining. Maybe they'll put it there, maybe they won't. That's the whole point. Sony never gave you a cadence. They always kept you guessing. You never knew when to buy it. You never knew when to do it. That's their plan. And you see what happened to Xbox. Once you take away the exclusive games for that hardware, there's no reason to own it. If all their games are on other platforms, then it detracts people from buying it. And guess what that happens? It detracts sales, and then it detracts developer support. All the stuff that Microsoft and Xbox are struggling with now. Xbox skipping, right? People Xbox skipping. You think that sales are like, oh, like again, nanny boo boo, we sold so many. No. Having a big install base of console guarantees that developers will bring their games to it. That's the point. You don't want your console to not sell because then developers will think twice about putting it there and they won't consider you a priority. It's not a nanny boo boo. See, this is the realistic part of this whole conversation that they don't talk about. They only talk about like, oh, if you say that stuff, like you should have exclusives or these games should only be on PlayStation, you're console warring and trying to dismiss you and trying to make you less than that they know better. But what they're not telling you is the whole story. They're trying to make you look like you care about sales, you're console warring. No, care about sales because you want to have a strong install base to know that the developers' games are going to come to your platform. Look at what Xbox is dealing with right now. They're saying, oh, well, we're putting our resources in the Switch and PlayStation versions. We might do Xbox later. That's what happens when you don't have an install base that's strong enough of enough sales. So sales do matter. That's what we're talking about. And when Microsoft was doing it and Starfield was exclusive, it was business. Smart business, Easy Tone. It was smart business. But when Sony does it, it's like, it's a mistake. They're leaving all that money on the table. More money. They want to sell it out of law. They want to sell it to get a cut. I thought this was really interesting.
And then we didn't get your thoughts earlier on the whole.
Yeah, I'll start top down.
This is pretty wild.
So
then I'll do
my
the chat.
kind of nutshell look at Phil Spencer's tenure is that for everything I championed for him, also buried the brand. And I think about things like Game Pass, which was excellent. I mean, I literally have a video from 2017 where like the title of it is like Xbox Game Pass will change the industry. That's a title that's aged well. True. But yeah, dude, like in those early days, into like the early days as well of the new generation, you know, because it was introduced during the Xbox One toward the end of that era. It was something to hold on to. We're like, okay, this is something. And what it turned into with Day One and PC, like his vision was excellent. We were like, oh, fuck yeah, this is great. Buys a bunch of different companies up. You
see, it's great. It's great. Taking our games and putting them on PC was great. They championed it. They loved it. It's great. It's great. And I'm sitting here going, well, what about Xbox? What is this? How's this benefit the console? And then they told me, oh, this means Microsoft has more money to make more games. That's what they told me. I was like, but wait, why are they putting the games on PC? Isn't that going to dilute the games? They got to make more platforms. What about the quality of games? Why are they putting it in Game Pass? Does that mean they're going to be coming in hot and stuff like that? They're like, no, it's more money for Microsoft so they could buy more games.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it was exact bullshit. That was the glazing back then. Remember that? It's not great anymore. Exactly, Tats. It's not great. Easy Tone says the two. He goes, reminds me of Resident Evil 7 only making $28,000 on an iPhone. Exactly. Just because it's everywhere doesn't mean that it's going to do well because of the install base. They're different customers. They do not play those type of games. So just by throwing it in a large install base, look at Microsoft. They put cloud. They put all their games on billions of devices. Did their games do well? Just they're putting it on PlayStation to make up the money.
Started to see the vision like, okay, they're going to swing hard come the series generation. And I think the fans responded well. Like you see the support for the console, for the subscription service, like things are growing. It's looking good. xCloud looks like an exciting alternative. But these things that they started to champion more and more became the focal points. And so Game Pass had to keep leveling up and it had to keep making more money and they had to keep throwing more value in there. And that's become too much. They kept championing cloud gaming to the point where it probably spawned the idea of this is an Xbox, you know, like there are all these things that gradually grew more and more where what he built also buried them. And I just think as much as I want to share kind words, I look back at it and maybe it'll be different. Like Asha could totally step in and be fucking way worse, by the way. I want to keep that option completely open.
And I think that's the option. I think somebody wrote in the chat here saying that we're going to miss Phil Spencer. I think Neo said it. Dude, yeah. And that's what they're afraid of. That's why they're trying to welcome her. Like I said, she's coming in with the bulldozer, ready to knock down the Xbox house. And they're all screaming from the windows, there's people inside. And she's like, whoa, wait, there's people inside. Like, we're here, the community. And that's why they're screaming so loud and embracing her. Rather than approaching her as doubt, they're embracing her because they don't want her to take down Xbox, and they're afraid of it. And he's right. I think so. I think we're going to find out that we're going to say, yo, Phil used to even say games. Asha doesn't know. Asha doesn't know.
I'm not ungrateful to Phil and what he did, but I do think just like Don, he's left the brand, his leadership core has left the brand. He got them to fight on longer. And then as he exited, has left the brand in an equally dire spot. You know, the fact that Tom Warren's piece was sort of like, Microsoft is worried they're going to lose Xbox. You know, I'm like, oh, we're here again. Like, this is where it's going again. Even taking that article out of the equation.
They can't, they don't want to lose the Xbox faithful because they need them to migrate over to the next Xbox. That's the thing. They need them to move over to this Trojan horse of a PC dressed as an Xbox. That's why they need them to move over, because they got to claim them as users for AI. See, if you have 40 million or whatever like that on console, and you can move them over to this Xbox PC thing, it's not that big, and they're using Windows AI and all stuff because it's all looped in behind the scenes. Then they can say, oh, we got 40 million users of AI. That's how it is.
You know, because we discussed if that's a hit piece or not. We can get into that some more later. His leadership core gave them life, like a little bit of lifeline, and it's what choked them out. So I have less positive things to say about him. That's why I didn't have a message to share online. I'm like, I wanted this guy out. I wanted new leadership. I was ready for a Sarah Bond era. I was curious where that would go. But what caught me off guard is like, oh, Sarah's out too. So now we have this new kind of approach here. What's most interesting about Asha Sharma, if I'm taking the most optimistic, open-minded approach, what's most interesting about her is, to me, her lack of gaming background, because I look at what like Joanna Faries has done with Blizzard. Blizzard's been making some good decisions lately. And it's like, you know what? That girl had no gaming background. She came in as a learner, and she's done some good stuff here. And now we're starting to see like people like Brad who are like, yeah, you know what? Like Blizzard's kind of doing some nice things. Not saying it's all 1,000% her. It's always a team effort, but like that's under her stewardship. And that's a good sign of things maybe overturning. Doesn't mean they'll never make a mistake again. But I do think a challenger that can ask the right questions, who has no, like Phil's attachment protected, but someone's detachment can also lead to some changes that need to be made. I have long said on this show that there's no fucking reason Phil and his team should have let some development timelines go the way they had.
Yeah.
Their project assessment was terrible. Redfall is a great example. Letting South of Midnight go as long as it did is unexcusable.
That was crazy.
Hellblade 2, the way you reveal that alongside your console, and then it's not even a launch game, and it turns out to be shorter than Hellblade 1.
Oh,
it's not nearly as good. Inexcusable.
27
There are
yards.
just so many moments. Halo, inexcusable. Like, there are so many moments with their ability to.
And what's crazy is that all those are on your good old friend, Mr. Bootsy. Yeah. All those wonderful software.
Let me see that booty drop.
Yep. That's Matt Booty's that's the booty. And all that software, all those issues, that's not, I wouldn't be throwing Phil under the bus, all that stuff. Booty takes it, and now Booty is the one that's helping Asha. That's what I mean. All that failure of software now is Asha's right. You know how they had Game of Thrones? They had the king's ass. Like, he's the king's ass. You know the king's hand in Game of Thrones? Booty's the king's ass. That's what it is. There it is. We got the king's hand in Game of Thrones. Xbox has the king's ass.
To evaluate games and what they're going to do for their market and how their fans are processing them was just totally off. And there's moments where lines should have been cut. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to advocate for absolute job lossage or anything like that. But and I'm not saying Compulsion doesn't need to be around or Ninja Theory doesn't need to be around. But like their timelines were terrible. terrible, to be absolutely clear, unacceptable. And I think someone who was less attached to the business or those people might have made a tougher choice. We've always talked
shut
about
them down.
cool
Oh
Phil.
shit! The hell's this?
Early on, he paid a dire price later. So now Asha is inheriting a gutted Bethesda, a Call of Duty in its worst state. Black Ops 7 got knocked out last year by Battlefield.
Black Ops 6 day one Game Pass.
Black Ops
pretty
6,
sweet,
dude.
right? Like
Some people said I wouldn't do that.
Like, she is inheriting a way worse. The economics of the brand are terrible. When not just the hardware bad. It's like he has built a economic system that people have become so dependent on that if you start to unravel it, you risk doing more.
Imagine if Game Pass goes away.
Is the consistent money month to month worth it with Game Pass, where they're making, it's like a multi-million-dollar business, of course, every month, leading into the billions by the end of the year.
She's not doing that stuff, dude. She is going to let it ride. She's just saying that right now. Anything's on the table. She's not touching shit. Because they're not making any money with the shit they got, and they're not going to change it where they're going to lose more money. Think about it, they're not going to lose more. Let's scrap Game Pass and put games out of Game Pass and stuff like that. Yeah, what? We're already losing money in content and services. Now what we're not going to lose more money.
But is that worth it if you can try to convince your customers? Can you convince them again to start buying games?
No way.
I hate to be that guy, but I have way less positive things to say about Phil at the end of his tenure. I have no doubt he's a great dude. I've had the pleasure of meeting him before. He's a very nice man. But as the head of Xbox, I championed him and I learned my lesson. I'm like, okay, so this new era of Xbox leadership, it's like, I think everyone should be asking questions constantly. When Asha Sharma says, I'm going to surround myself with people at the table who have deep gaming depth, I look at her first hire beyond the promotion of Matt Booty, and here comes Craig Chinkata, who is chief of staff for Xbox. Guess what? Zero gaming background, AI guy. You got to pay attention to the actions. That's all I'm advocating for people to do. I'm not trying to sell Xbox out like, oh, this next era is going to suck. But the immediate flip online should tell you all you need to know about who you need to listen to for your gaming news. Because there are people who are asking questions and trying to get answers and being skeptical, not hating, but just being cautious. And there are people who are taking everything at face value. And this industry gets what it deserves sometimes, man. We are so rapidly sprinting back to the Xbox fanboyism that put us in this spot. Parasocial relationships, exclusives are back. We're going right back there. I'm watching it. I'm getting fucking harassed constantly. It's that type of bullshit again. And frankly, some of y'all deserve it because you're eating it up again.
Exactly. Amen to that. And amen to Glassdoor Gaming with the 5. He goes, a little behind, but Schreier mentioned that PlayStation removes PC ports for single-player games completely. He mentioned Wolverine not going at all. Oh, so Schreier said not going at all, so it's not even delayed. Thank you for Glassdoor. Yeah, again, they need that exclusivity to keep the appeal of the hardware. But yeah, you see it right there, dude. Like I said, the parasocial stuff, her putting her stuff on there, and they're like, we welcome you to the community, dude. He's right. They get what they deserve. I might have to put that on the grinds board.
Getting fucking harassed constantly. It's that type of bullshit again. And frankly, some of y'all deserve it because you're eating it up again. You're eating it up again. So
exactly. That's why I can't believe it either. Like now him being an Xbox channel, he must be getting it, like he's saying, getting harassed and stuff like that. But like just seeing them go crawling, like, yo, what is, like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know what they're drinking. I have no clue. Because they're just like, we love it. And then what's crazy is that all the stuff they capped Phil for, the exclusives don't matter and all this other stuff. As soon as Asha walks in, they're like, Asha, make exclusives back again. You can make Xbox great again and stuff. And it's just like, oh, man. Like, so everything you were saying that was fine with Phil, and if anybody criticized, you said, no, Phil's right. Now you're saying Phil was wrong. Craziness. And if Phil couldn't, listen, just do facts. If Phil could not fix Xbox, and he was there from the beginning with the studios, with the games, and knew about the games, and played the games, and knew the community, and went to events, and went to E3, and do all this other stuff, and if he made it in a worse state that it is now, that they are now back against the wall 3 different times, you think a person with no background, not even knowing what this world is going to fix this? She is the escort for the new Xbox, PC, product development, marketing. Look at it as a marketing person. And that's it. And you see, when Nassim said Matt won't be Phil Ness again. Yeah, why? What did they do to... Perfect example. I watched his videos. What did they do to Matt? They hurt his favorite franchises. That's what they did. And that's enough. That's what they did to my favorite franchises. And some of them they didn't make. Perfect Dark. Like there's only, that's why I don't understand how these Xbox fans still glaze over Xbox. It's like, dude, they destroyed everything. Everything that made you an Xbox fan, they destroyed their franchises. What are you excited about? They hurt all his franchises. That he has no faith in them. They hurt my Halo. They hurt my Gears. And they destroyed my Perfect Dark. That's a trifecta of Grindhouse is coming for you. And telling me to like it while you're doing that. Nah, that don't fly. That's why you get the Grindhouse horns. And I'm not stopping. And Asha not getting that either. I'm telling you, she is the Ashinator. She is the Ashinator. And we're going to come back to this. These things, grinders, I'm telling you right now, I can read a room. I'm telling you right now, she is the Ashinator. I've been through these things. I've known this stuff, man. She is infiltrating right now in the T800. And she is going to go visit all the studios, infiltrate. And then she's going to pull the John Connor on their ass. And go, I'm a nerd at the learning computer. I'm Asha. I'm not here to terminate you. She's the Ashinator. That's right. The Ashinator. Show me around, booty. Who's this? Sir, doing cartwheels in the hallway.
Number 1 customer.
Have you heard of John Connor? I'm looking for John Connor. No, I'm just doing my cartwheels in the hallway. Determinated. Ashinated. She's like, in 2027, there will be a neural net computer called Asha AI. It will take over Microsoft Copilot and then implement itself into all quote-unquote Xbox. Then after it implements in Xbox, then there will be a Satanator who will then terminate the activation code Copilot 666. And exactly at 12:25 on November 15th, 2027, Xbox will terminate. Holy shit. Really? Yep, that's right. That's right. I am the Ashinator T800. But you told them exclusives will be back. You said exclusives will come back, Ashinator. Ashinator, you said exclusives will be there. You said you're hearing them. Ashinator, what do you have to say about that? Asha?
No shit.
But Asha, you said exclusives. Asha, you said exclusives will be back. You're gonna bring Xbox back. Asha, what do you got to say for yourself, Ashinator?
I lied.
Oh, shit, she lied.
I lied. I lied.
Get ready to hear that a lot.
I lied. I lied.
She is infiltration mode right now. Right now, she's getting behind enemy lines and going to go scope out the studios. And then once she makes a decision, she's going to report to Daddy Satya. Satya is Come in here, Ashaneda. Yes. I went to all the studios. And Satya, you're right. It is a shit show. Satya be like, damn, I knew it, Ashaneda. That's why I sent you in there. I knew Sarah Bond was glazing their ass. I knew it. That's why I put in the Ashaneda. That's right. I went to all the studios and everybody is jerking around, not doing shit. That's why our games suck. That's why Xbox sucks. And that's why, Satya, you're losing money. What do you want Ashaneda to do now? Ashaneda, I appreciate the infiltration. I knew bullshit was going on in those studios. It was run by an asshole. I need you to go in there and terminate. Hasta la vista, Ashaneda. Sarah Bond is Sarah Connor. That's right. They got rid of Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor's no more. Would you like to appoint Sarah as Sarah Connor? Sarah Bond is gone. I need to get you now to the infiltrator. I want the booty. Dude, that's what she's in infiltration mode, dude. They think she's going to bring back exclusives. Man, yo, I love it. Exclusive used to be a naughty word. Now, it's all the rage. And you want to know why? Because exclusives matter. They always did. They're all driving around on scooters. Goddamn scooter in the hallway. They got the guy eating food in the hallway. They got the guy who cut wheels. It's a disaster, Satya. Ashaneda, you got to get in there. I need to stop it. I'm going to go there to the studios. I'm going to go there and do this. And then I'm going to go in there and I'm going to yell at all the studios to do cartwheels. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And then I'm going to sit down with Booty, that shitty, smelly asshole. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to say, sit down, Booty. I got to.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
And Booty with the answer. And then he's going to try to give me some coffee.
Cool. This coffee smells like shit. It is shit, Austin.
I can't hang in there, man. My stomach's growling, man. Oh, yeah, but anyway, that's what she is. She's the Ashaneda. She's going in there, infiltrate the whole goddamn place, and then once she does that, then she'll make a decision. But grinders, as we always say on this channel, you go back and listen to all the shows. Exclusives matter. They always do. They add value. They add value, and they take advantage of the hardware and the software. And that's exactly what you want. It's not a nanny boo-boo. It's basically a benefit of you making the decision that the hardware, the investment that you made, whether it's a PC and all the parts, whether it's a PlayStation and all the accessories, whether it's a Nintendo and all that stuff, your investment is valued by the games that take advantage of it. And that's why exclusives matter. And they give purpose for the devices. If you don't care about exclusives, then don't make hardware. And that's why Xbox is a head scratcher going right now, going like, that Xbox console is unnecessary. Why even make it? There's no need for it. Because you have made it obsolete without supporting the features. And you see it right now. Maybe if Microsoft wasn't so focused on whether it runs on a PC and whether it runs on the Windows Store and the Steam Store and the Epic Store and cloud, maybe advantage of the Series X. Don't you think it's pretty crazy how the Series X was the most powerful console than the PlayStation 5 and no games took advantage of that extra power, especially from their first party? Games launched at 30 frames. Hellblade 2, 30 frames. Redfall, 30 frames. Starfield, 30 frames on the most powerful console. And you wonder if it's because they split them too thin. Making games for PC, supporting the Series S, all the Windows versions, all the goddamn Steam versions, the cloud versions, all the shit. Maybe if they would have just focused on the Series consoles, we would have had a premier 60 frames, beautiful on the Series X, and the 30 frames for the Series S. Because they focus on the two pieces of hardware that mattered. But they went out running all over the place, and they wound up giving the worst to the Series X. So that's a point to show you exclusivity would have benefited the Series consoles and made them would add more value to them and purpose. But they have no purpose, and that's why they're not selling, and that's why there's no need for them, and that's why Asha is going to escort everybody into the PC Xbox world. That's her job. It's a wrap. It's also a wrap for the Gaming Grindhouse grinders. I hung in there for 3 hours. I did it. Even did you a little skit of the Ashinator. But grinders, I want to thank you again for hanging in there. Thank you so much for the chats and let's see. Asha never responded to me, so I checked. But grinders, thank you again. Thank you, 8K Retro, Easy Tone, Glass Door, Shattered Glass. Oh yeah, a new super chat coming in from Shattered Glass. He goes, Starfield officially coming to PS5. She didn't stop that. These fanboys need to accept reality for once. She's not there to save Xbox, unfortunately. Exactly. Yeah, she didn't put a kibosh on that, dude. She's putting that out. She's not say hold off on Halo. She's not doing that shit. But grinders, hung in there. Keep it locked here to the Gaming Grindhouse. I'm gonna give you a new song here of Asha doesn't know, but we're gonna call it Parasocial Prologue. Oh man, not like this, but it's wild out there. Grinders, hit that like button, share it out. Gaming Grindhouse back. Say subscribe. We're gonna be doing a stream too as well for Resident Evil later on this week with a Gaming Grindhouse upcoming.
Brand new badge on the blazer.
We have to get Asha dancing next.
On the stream. Reading names off a prompter, trying to sound like a dream. She says, hey, best friends, I love you. But she just learned where A goes. Tells a story in a soft voice about a world she barely knows. You don't know my